We continue your haircut. How to do a medium blunt haircut for you today. I will explain in detail. I'm creating the first profile separation your hair. From the middle part, starting up to the nape part. The straight separation we have separated, we say profile separation. Then I create a crown separation. Crown separation from one ear to one straight with the other ear. We say crown separation, friends. After creating this distinction, we divide the hair into 4 main sections. Then starting a haircut. One straight that I have separated from the nape part to the oxygen area. There is one horizontal distinction. I make this distinction and cut the length of the hair. The size I will cut here is our guide. And the basic length of the hair, 2 after friends cut this length. Using our comb as a ruler. 1 of our previous hair length as a guide. I cut the back part of the same size. The basic size we cut in this size. Aligning all levels, creating horizontal separation. We continue your haircut. Here properly comb our comb. I comb the hair according to the natural direction of fall of the hair. Sharp horse cutting technique. Using our comb as a ruler, specific one. By guiding the hair point we cut before. Straight our hair 1, we cut on line. After cutting the back, the left and right sides are the same. We will equal the hair length we cut on the back. If you want to get a haircut like this, social media in the description part of the video, my addresses will be available. By reaching my hall from there, you can get haircut service and other hairdressing services. Our place is in Istanbul, Beylikdüzü. By appointment, you can come to my salon and get a haircut service. Here, after cutting the back part of our hair length, I come to the left side of the hair and the other part I reserved. In 2 levels. The hair size we cut on the back as a guide. The left side is also flat 1. I cut it into a line. And straight 1 view to sharp line cutting technique. To get, I apply 1 straight cut. After cutting this section in 2 stages. After cutting the left side section, I go to the right side. I'm cutting this place in 2 stages. Stage 1, cutting helps the hair to disperse more homogeneously. And it helps the hair to get a better 1 look. Here again between fingers. Applying straight and sharp line cutting technique. With straight scissor strokes. 1 I cut the previous point as a guide. Front of the hair. I separated it from the eyebrow levels to accelerate the tissue. In the front, from the eyebrow level with our comb from the eye point of 2 eyebrows E.
Tarağımızla
By creating a purchase motif.
oluşturarak
Front of the hair.
kısmına
I give texture and to get a folded 1 look.
bir görünüm elde etmesi için
With 45-degree angles, I'm applying a haircut.
uyguluyorum.
With these 45-degree angles, I apply folding process to the front parts of the hair and helps it look more mobile.
Yardımcı oluyor.
This is 100 lines of hair, 100 lines.
Yüz hattının
Softening hard corners helps to get more oval 1 image.
görüntü elde etmesine yardımcı oluyor.
You are this style 1. If you want to get a haircut, in the description part of my video, you can reach me on my social media addresses. You can get a haircut service by going to my salon. Don't forget to like my video and subscribe to my channel. I will be with you with new videos. Hope to see you.
Hello friends, today, blunt haircut. I will explain in detail how to do this. Our model, your hair first. We create basic distinctions. Our first basic distinction is profile separation. After creating a profile separation, we create a crown separation. And after creating the coronation, we divide the hair into four main sections. Profile separation, from the beginning of the forehead to the end of the nape. Distinction with crown separation 1. From ear to ear. From the beginning 1. Starting from ear to ear and up to the other ear. We make crown separation to the distinction we have separated. With this distinction, we divide the hair into four main sections. Then horizontal from the nape part 1. By creating a distinction from 2 parts. So neither too thick nor too much. The basis of hair after creating fine separation. We will create, so we will determine the length of the hair. Scissors. Sharpening cutting technique using like a ruler. Creating our first guide. So we determine the first height. After determining this size, we are going to the second stage guide. And in level 2, her hair is straight one way. Using our comb as a ruler. Guide. With the sharpening technique, that is, with the straight scissor stroke, we keep cutting our hair. Yes. Where we took an example. Our guide so one previous cut. From the hair point we got. We continue we cut the same size. After making this cut. After the neck. We pass to the right. We create one horizontal distinction in guinea. The guide we cut from this nape part. Guinea by following. Using our comb as a ruler. We cut it the same size. After cutting the right side, we go to the left side. We create one horizontal distinction on the left side guide. Because we will create a blunt one cut here. We continue our process by creating horizontal separations. Here again one we cut before. Comb as a length guide in the nape section. Using it like a ruler guide. We cut the left side section with the same technique. As you can see here we used our comb. And cut to the same size. Then checking a guide. Between fingers. Hair with technique. We continue our cut. Then we go to the back. Again by creating one horizontal distinction. We are progressing gradually towards the top. Here are the gradual thin pieces from the neck. Taking horizontal parts. We continue our process. Bird. From the hill. As we progressed, we created one distinction to the top and created one horizontal one distinction from the middle part guide. Then take one piece of the vertical. Between fingers. With holding technique. So we kept cutting our hair. Then second, guinea. Use our comb as a ruler and remove one previous hair point. Taking the guide so one. With the hair point we cut before. We cut the same size. Here we use our comb as a ruler. Seeing the hair point we cut before. We continue our process. And finally, after coming to the top, as you can see to pieces of pliers. Separate in the section on the back of the last connected. We scan by separating from the pliers. And comb the hair according to the natural direction of fall. From the guinea nape part. Starting from the middle part. Following our guide at the bottom. Our haircut. We continue. In our haircut here, one of the hair points we cut before. As a guide and we continue our cutting as a guide. Here we use our comb as a ruler and straight one. Haircut. We take care to do. Here is the stance of our customer's head. Points are also very important. Always head of our customer. If we cut the back part, the side to the front. We cut the right side to the left. If we cut the left side to the right. By depositing. Then we keep cutting. As you can see, we went to the right. I set our customer's head stand distance on the right. I used the comb with scissors and comb as a ruler. One hair point we cut before. I saw. And I analyzed and cut using it like a ruler. For later control purposes, I combed the hair according to its direction of fall. And finger-to-finger cutting technique. Is your hair wrong? By checking. I kept cutting with straight scissors blows. I went to the left. Same guinea on the left. I used my comb as a ruler. With straight scissor stroke. I continued with cutting by creating a straight line. As you can see here, according to the direction of hair fall. Again with a straight scissor stroke with the interfinger cutting technique. I continue the haircut, cutting my hair. One hair point that I cut before as a guide. I take care to move forward. If you want to get a haircut like this, social media addresses in the description part of my video, available by reaching here, by coming to my salon and making an appointment. You can get a haircut. Contact e-appointment from my social media addresses. You can come to my salon and get a haircut. As you can see, only one. E with straight scissor stroke with sharp line cutting technique and straight blunt one haircut with techniques. We created the desig. Here to the front of the hair. We will give light movement. So we will do the folding process. In front of you while folding. We create one distinction that we call the purchase motif. When creating this separation of purchase motif, starting from the end point of the eyebrow, we touch our comb, and the point on the top where our comb touches. We make the distinction in a triangle one way, friends. While making this distinctio, we take the end points of the eyebrow as a guide. Hair after distinctio. If I cut your right side, I'll crossing my client's left side. And the eye appeared 45 degrees in width. With angles, I'm painting from top to bottom. After cutting the right side, I go to the left side. Our customer. I pass to the right side while cutting the left side. And again at an angle of 45 degrees. I continue my folding process. If you want to have one haircut like this, you can come to my salon and get hair cutting service. Don't forget to like my video and subscribe to my channel. Thanks to you. Our videos are being watched more and more every day. We reach more people. Thank you so much for watching my videos. I'm checking here. Our process. And in the front, we will also finish our folding process. Created a clear one cut with the blunt sharp cutting technique. We are. Don't forget to like my video and subscribe to my channel. I leave you alone with a clear, beautiful one cut. Thank you so much for watching my video till the end. I do. Take good care of yourself. Hope to see you.
Hello to you today, haircut with cardamom. How to design, I will explain it in detail. Hair separation. We will create the sides. First First profile distinction. Profile separation from the beginning of the forehead to the neck straight. Separation to dot asterisk, the distinction is E. Crown separation asterisk, crown separation from ear to ear. one from ear to ear, as the straight distinction we have divided. We create the second distinction. After creating these divisions asterisk, we divide our hair into 4 main sections, that is, into 4 parts, asterisk, after dividing it into 4 pieces. Your hair from behind your hair, to determine the length of the hair to form the basis asterisk A. Horizontal distinction we create and determine the length of the hair. We have determined the length of the first stage, hair level here, to sharpening cutting technique. That is, with a straight scissor stroke, 2 and E, we tilt our customer's head very little forward and the length of your hair. We determine the first stage here. We show our customer what size we will cut after deciding asterisk E straight scissors from the end of the hair start, the cutting process. This will be our guide. We will proceed in accordance with this guide asterisk, yes, I'm scanning backwards asterisk and from the hair point I cut starting from the right to the left. I'm moving with straight scissor blows too after cutting the first stage. I divide it into stages. I create 1 horizontal distinction in guinea asterisk. I'm creating horizontal separations because it will be 1 straight cut friends if there was a layered cut. I would create a vertical separation E, and even if it was an angle of 45 degrees asterisk I would have to create diagonal divisions asterisk, yes, because I made a straight cut asterisk E. Create 1 horizontal distinction and 1 I see the hair point I cut before. So after seeing my guide asterisk, I cut the back part, gradually scanning backwards in 3 pieces asterisk and yes to the guide we cut before, following as appropriate. I continue my cutting process. Straight scissor blow here. I cut it with what we call a sharp line cutting technique asterisk. Straight scissors with 1 technique. I'm cutting with a blow here. I'm cutting, yes, my comb is light white. I'm using a comb dark hair asterisk. I use light colored combs on hair. Here is mine too, so it's easier when cutting hair asterisk E. It allows me to trade here by the way E when cutting. Your scissors must be, it needs to be sharp 1 asterisk when you cut hair with scissors. Without breaking the ends of the hair, you can create clear cuts, and by breaking when the hair grows asterisk, not necessarily. Lengthen E, and in periods of 6 months asterisk. Don't forget to rest your scissors. Don't forget to sharpen sharp. Scissors are always healthier asterisk 1 haircut. Your client's hair grows healthier. This will return you positively. See you soon. Yes, after cutting the hair hair guinea profile distinction backwards. From the face that started my forehead 1 asterisk, I'm creating a profile distinction asterisk. So I divided the hair into 2 main sections asterisk. Here is the curtain on the front of the hair asterisk. We will create a cardamom design and starting from the backwards vertex I make 1 distinction diagonal to the back. I separate the front part, that is, according to the ear level, that is, both crown separation asterisk suitable, but your crown separation asterisk EI separated as diagonal cross separation asterisk, and after creating this separation from the eyebrow level asterisk purchase motive separation in the front part of the eye. I will create this purchase motive separation starting from the end of the eyebrow asterisk from the peak to form a triangular shape asterisk from the front part of 1 distinction, so as to have a triangle view. We separate, yes. The chakra is diagonal with a distinction. We will create a triangle view with distinction. Is the distinction we call the buying motif asterisk here. The hair is in the curtain and bangs, usually in the middle, asterisk E separation from the beginning of the forehead. That is, the nose we distinguish from the middle starting from the line, and after making the distinction *e, your cheekbones starting from the point of decline to the front I apply folding process with 45-degree angles. I pass to the left side of my customer while cutting the right side * from the left side because the angle will be more comfortable I applied cutting with diagonal divisions. Now I went to my customers right, but this time I cut the left side * 45-degree diagonal one on the left side *e by creating a distinction and scanning direction E from right to left, one applying scanning direction I created the curtain cardamom design, yes, hereafter creating the haircut as you can see from the peak. I scan upwards and from the inside out your hair like this I'm checking if there is a wrong part 1, so now *e back diagonal the E point where we are separated, the right and left sides are the same. Now *e after cutting the part of my front rivet anal motif, so yes, guinea my client's right side *, I went to the left side to cut it, and I'm doing the folding job here by creating one scanning angle from right to left the shortest point of hair your best point. After seeing your hair *, I do the cutting process. After seeing your short hair, as you can see here, I comb the hair at a certain angle, and after seeing the length of the hair, we see our sheath, and I even cut my hair suitable for that cover * here. On the right I cut it straight, or it's suitable for the length of the hair. I cut the way so your hair, the most behind *, I cut the starting point like that, as a guide * now. As you can see, my customer guinea, back to front, * back, hair * I've separated. The hat somehow her hair was also front, so I divided the hair in half, or there were 2 sections left. Part 1, now E from back to front, I'm scanning an E from the point in front after scanning the bottom section, so E, the hair spot. I cut on the right I combine it with the hair point, so I'm scanning forward, and at the point of the hair, I cut it to fit the longest section. So what we call the temple point E part, at the level of your ear section length, in the hair part hair point * as a guide. That is, hair length as a guide *. I'm cutting it now, here again, I. Cut the left side, now you see the right side, I'm scanning for creating a diagonal distinction *. I've created one distinction until the neck, I also scan this distinction forward, and I cut it on the left side *, take one sword from the point and check it on that sword, so equate each other, *, and I cut the hair I combed to the front *. Here when I comb the hair forward *, without losing the length on the back of the hair on the front of the hair because we created a certain shortness did we create the folding section. That short front sides for cutting point section from hair when we comb backwards both automatically folded and your hair is not shorter than your height, so here according to the shortness in the front length of the hair one we create a haircut *, we comb the hair from the neck to the front, and a certain 1 point we cut it to this is for us creating one activation. Operation, the front sides are short, as we scan forward back sides are long. One view here in bob cut 2, in the bob cut stretching forward, as we did *, what were we doing? They don't have a front to be long *. We were combing from front to back here, for the back of the hair to be long from back to front *. create a fixed design, so constant shorts, so we identified these points asterisk when we make appropriate cuts to those points behind EEE. It doesn't get shorter, and we have applied the folding process asterisk because we comb the hair right for ourselves and E upwards to a certain point. EEE, we are cutting, border, yes asterisk E, after cutting. Now with file scissors E by dividing it into sections. E I apply, thinning the ends of the hair with file scissors. I also apply the net scissors with the E picotees technique. From the ends of the hair, E and light. Textural one, EEE, thinning, asterisk, this. Makes the hair look softer asterisk. Yes, you are also curtain bangs, asterisk layered haircut and other layered haircut designs. Bob haircut, pixie haircut, short layered haircut designs. If you want to get service, EEEEE, in the V, asterisk asterisk, ED, my channel, EEE, asterisk, yes. In the description section, asterisk E, I have social media addresses by reaching my hall from there, so you can get service from me also in the description part of my video. I will have social media addresses reaching me from their haircutting service. By coming to my salon asterisk, you can get hairdressing, service moving floor, as you can see, EEE. The back of the curtain is long asterisk E. A folded hair design, without losing its form, we made the front folded E. Curtain bangs hair design, asterisk, like my video, and subscribe to my channel, asterisk, don't forget, I wish you a good day, see you.
Hello friends, welcome to my channel. I'm with you with a new video. Curtain bangs for you today, hair design, and how to make a straight haircut design. I will explain in detail. I created these first. I created your profile separation. After creating the separation of profiles, I created the coronation. And after creating that distinction, her hair is from behind E. Straight haircut by creating horizontal separations of hair. I started the cutting process. Friends, first of all, I cut it gradually. After creating the first E horizontal separation, I determined the length of your hair and haircut with the sharp horse cutting technique. I cut it with a straight scissor stroke. And as a second tier, again, in the hair point I cut before, I determined the length of the hair in the same way as the guide. I cut it straight. I divided the back part of the hair, or the hair, into 4 main sections. I cut the first part, and now I switched to the second part. The second part is the same to the hair point I cut before. In parallel, so E, same hair point. So I continue. And head to the cutting process, I continued and continue. As you can see here, I cut the hair straight, the back part backwards. I cut the back straight. Then I went to the side head of our customer. After setting the stop point at the back, taking a piece of the hair point I cut the sides straight in the same line. Here, the foundation of the hair will be straight at the bottom, applying the folding process to the front of the hair. Curtain bangs design. E, I will apply the haircut. Here is the hair straight after cutting the length of the hair. By creating a profile distinction, I separate it from the middle part of the hair. Bangs usually your hair. We start our process by separating it from the middle and part. Later, starting from eyebrow height, your hair, I will fold the front part. I will do the construction work. I separate the sections as you can see, and your hair passing to our customer's left side while cutting the right side. By applying an angle of 45 degrees. I'm starting the cutting process, guys. As you can see, after cutting the first operation, in the second operation, down to 45-degree angles, I keep cutting. As you can see here, the curtain by folding the front part. Bangs hair design. I'm creating I went to the other process, E here again. After cutting the left side now, I went to the right side. But by crossing the E right of our customer, I cut the left side. Here is the hair point that I cut before. E take my guide. Measure my hair from there. I start the cutting process after measuring your height. As you can see, our customer. Because I cut the right side of our customer, I went to our customer's right because I cut the left side, and the cutting process continues, folding the front parts with 45 degrees of pain. And fold the front parts. V-E. I help her get a moving look. And E. As well as other process. Now the back parts and the front parts E. I also started folding the back parts. And our customer E. While folding. My folding process by separating slice by slice. I continue. Here I always check my guide E. First by taking my guide from the hair point I cut. Hair according to the output of the hair, creating an angle of 90 degrees. I'm folding. Here according to the structure of the hair, separating slices. I continue the cutting process. From the top of the hair, lifting upwards. Your hair is up guinea by forming a 90-degree angle. As well. Point cutting technique. I continue my process by applying point cutting technique. Yes, friends, as you can see, it was a beautiful haircut design. You also have this kind of floor. If you want to do it, come to my salon. E, you can get haircut service. E, your social media address. It will be in the description part of my video. Reaching from there and coming to my left side, you can get a haircut service. Don't forget to like my video and subscribe to my channel. I will be with you guys with new videos. I wish you a good day.
Hello friends, asterisk. How to make a straight light layered haircut for you today. Asterisk, I will explain it in detail first. While cutting hair, we make basic distinctions. Asterisk. First, we create a profile. Separation, profile separation, from the beginning of the moment. Asterisk 2. The straight separation, we have separated until the end of the neck. Asterisk, we say. Profile separation. This profile distinction 2. Hairs after applying, we divide it into the main section. After making the distinction, 2 pieces from the nape part, we will start our haircut by creating a horizontal separation. The first distinction will determine the basis of our hair. Asterisk. So, here we determine the length of the hair while determining your height, a horizontal part. Of the middle way, create a separate vertical distinction. Cut the first piece from the ends of the hair and asterisk. He is our guide, right and left with the guide. We have separated the sections in the middle, E, combining creating our first line asterisk after creating. A first line asterisk, that is, with a straight scissor stroke with a sharpening cutting technique. After cutting, we move to 2. Second level, the basic distinction. We have cut before E, considering the second level in the same way, same height, same plane, E, and we continue our cutting process here again, starting from the middle part, E. By following the guide we cut before asterisk. I keep cutting your hair ends now, friends, with sharpening cutting technique asterisk here. I comb backwards, and the I on the ends of the hair asterisk. I touch the scissors to get the pot ear potten. This is my touching move. Hair E at the E point above the ear, because of the protrusion of the ear E, can create a pot in the hair. So to catch that angle in the ear, I touch it and cut it accordingly. E, we went to the third level after that E guinea. I scan backwards, and so as a clear line, the hair point I cut before asterisk E. I continue to be certain by following asterisk here. E comb the hair back for cutting on a fixed E line straight. Backs, but the front parts of the hair will be a little longer. In this vision, a backward line when you cut always ends of hair in a fixed way. Since it is cut in this line, the front will be longer. Now the back part, after cutting asterisk, after creating a flat cut foundation asterisk, we will apply folding process to the front parts of the hair. Asterisk first of all. In which direction our model divides her hair asterisk we have determined, and after making this determination, I'm creating an E coronation asterisk, as you can see from ear level to another ear, after creating the separation, our customer's model from the point of distinction asterisk, E from the point of distinction EE, starting EE. I cut the left side of our customer asterisk. On the right side of the client EE, my past. This angle is 45 degrees to create an angle and a more beautiful angle, a comfortable fall asterisk. Go to the right side of our customer to ensure by doing this kind of 3 operation now, the hair point that I have determined, namely the neck appropriately E with scrolling technique E precision I, started and applied a folding process, cutting the right side EE to the right, after cutting the left side asterisk E. I will pass asterisk E, and as you can see, EI went to the left of our customer, and here, yes guinea, I determine the hair point in the same way your hair, I will cut the hair point. I cut the previous one from the hair point, and in accordance with this guide, asterisk E, apply folding process. I apply asterisk here the floor, is both Pectas technique and DEE point front parts of the hair with scrolling technique asterisk. I applied a folding processium, not just applying a very intense folding process here. The length and ends of your hair asterisk, yes, a little light on the hair. To clean the fractures to accelerate tissue E, I'm folding, as you can see. I created a triangular separation from the top vertex both. EE from here asterisk on the front of E as a guide, EE as a guide from points EE. I got a triangular look this triangle. View is also hair EE. E scan by exit point vertically 90 degrees 1 asterisk E. I applied scanning angle, cut the hair upwards, but at an angle of 45 degrees. I did the process here is the purpose of cutting your hair. E 45 degrees. Purpose asterisk from short to long. So the peak will be long EE and previous the hair length at the hair point. I cut IE asterisk by calculating. That is, from the previous guide I cut taking the point. I will continue my process. Oh, yes, I started later E after cutting the peak. The peak is ours EE. E, we had a floor point. And this floor is the point asterisk E. It was the size of the folding process. So it became a guide by following this guide, starting from the left side. Dim with star technique separating slices E as you can. See according to the direction of hair exit, unfolding here. I comb the comb according to the direction of exit of the hair before seeing my guide on the hair point. I cut asterisk point cutting. That is, point cutting technique. I'm applying a folding process at the end with E star technique asterisk after cutting. Let's say after cutting comb the last hair completely upwards and an after checking asterisk, we are finishing our process asterisk. Blow dry the hair. Here and applying light waving process with straightener. We are finishing the design of our model, friends, if you want to get a haircut like this. Asterisk. My social media address is in the description. Part of my video asterisk by reaching me from here and coming to my hall. You can get haircuts and hairdressing services. Don't forget to like my video and subscribe to my channel Asterisk. I will be with you with new videos. Hope to see you, Asterisk.
Hello friends, welcome to my channel. To you today, light haircut. I will explain in detail how to do this. We make basic distinctions when cutting hair. First basic distinction, profile distinction. Profile separation. E from the middle of two eyebrows, straight separation, where we are separated to the neck. We say profile separation. 2. Separation crown separation. Crown separation is also straight from one ear to the other ear. 1. The distinction we have separated as a line is called the crown separation. With these two distinctions, we divide the hair into 4 main sections. Now we divide our hair into 4 main sections. From the back part, we will determine the length of the hair by creating one horizontal distinction. So here to determine what size the hair is. First, we will create one horizontal distinction and form the basis of the hair. So we will cut your hair length. Here is the first from the middle part from the back E, after cutting the short part. A other parts too. Creating horizontal separation in one way. Whether in 4 pieces or 3 pieces. We cut it in one-step way. This is gradual. More homogeneous distribution of hair by cutting with separations. We make the hair scatter together, friends. I'm cutting the length of the hair here, and the ends of the hair in the next process. With light folding process, in the front of the hair. By applying the folding process E, to get a beautiful one look. Good luck, friends. Yes, here, because our model has thin hair. Very dense flaws. Make the ends of the hair look thin. Light hair to prevent. Suitable for hair structure. The front parts of the hair by applying the folding process. Giving movement to the back. To be fuller. Applying straight one cut. We will create one beautiful model of our hair now. If you want to have one haircut like this. Social in the description part of my video. Media address is available. We can reach here and come to my hall and meet. Hello, you can get haircut service from me. Here from the end of the eyebrows. E, we will apply folding process to the front part. Here from the end of the eyebrow to the front part. They were creating a purchase motif distinction. We will apply a folding process to the front of the hair. When applying the folding process, let's say we separate the hair from the middle part, or what part you want to separate, to create one distinction suitable for the outlet place of hair. Yes. First we ask our customer about the distinction of hair, which one. You make a distinction in the direction according to him. We apply folding process because he separated his hair from the middle part of our model. We start our process by eliminating E and separating, cutting hair here. First, we will cut the right side. Then we cut the left side while cutting the right side. Now we go to the end of our customer, passing to our customer's right while cutting the left side. So we work more comfortably and angle better one way. For us to offer, and which of our customers we cut forward to the opposite side, we stop and cut there. Here after cutting the front parts. Here. Then I split the hair in half. Profile separation and sleeping on the front. We comb the hair. And later, your hair all forward. Here we scan and take the end parts. Your hair here moves the front parts, but at the back, prevents very dense flaws. And here to the front, because we are folding, and no way there is one knee section long in the hair, and Mistakes E to be blocking, hereby creating celestial distinctions, and combing the hair towards the front. So now we continue our hair cutting process. Now, as you can see here, the right side of our customer. I cut the right part, on the left side of the client, 40 and 45 degree angles. And we continue our haircut. Now here is our customer E when we create folding. He doesn't want the back part to shorten. We are also our customer with slight movements from the front for folding process to ensure hair. Our customer's hair fixed design here on the front. By applying one technique we call line, moving the front parts, make the back parts look longer. And we apply one such study to prevent it from shortening. See you soon. Yes, this work is on the back. E a little more, E V-shaped. E very nice one look. In denser bushy hair now because the hair is thin. And our customer who uses the hair inwards, more folded inwards of the front parts. When we do the forming process, makes it get one more beautiful look. Don't forget to like my video and subscribe to my channel. See you, friends. Hello, friends. To you today. Bob Haircut. I will explain in detail how the design is made. We divide our model into 4 main sections while Bob Haircut. Profile separation as the first main part. Profile separation 1. Starting from the middle of the eyebrow to the straight separation we have separated until the profile end. Separation. 2. Separation, crown separation. From one other ear to the other ear. We have separated. We call the straight line the crown separation. With this distinction, we divide the hair into 4 main sections. After separating 4 main sections, starting from the nape part, we will cut the hair in 4 stages. The back part first. Sharpening cutting technique. We will determine the length of the hair, which is the first stage with of the hair. Sharpening cutting technique after determining the height. En sedan, sharpen. Cutting the section. After revealing the length of your hair, this dye is suitable in one way, progressively to the hair at 45 degree angles. We will apply a haircut, what we call gradation bob cut on the back, that is, the hair, to add movement and volume to the back of the hair to provide natural 1E transition. Folding. We will apply a folding process with 45 degree angles. Your hair in the first place, at an angle of 0 degrees to determine his height. Hair. We determine the neck from the nape part. This is the basis of the hair. We determine the length of the hair. Hair is second stage. We separate guinea horizontal. I create one distinction. And from the middle part of the hair, after creating horizontal separation, we'll create a distinction. The hair point we cut from the bottom one by forming one angle of 45 degrees by taking guide. We continue our cut in this nape part, creating vertical separations. Nape part. I cut it at 45 degree angles. If you want to get a haircut like this, coming to my hall from me, you can get haircut service. Our hall is in Istanbul, Beylikdüzü. Social media addresses are available in the description section my hall from here. Of my video. You can get hair cutting services and hairdressing services. Back part. With horizontal vertical separations. I keep cutting with a 45 degree angle. Hereby separating the hair slice by slice, cutting the stain piece by slice. And check the hair point we have cut before from the bottom. We continue our cutting, as you can see on the back, creating light coats. in hair. So we call bomb, make the hair look beautiful, and we ensure that the back of the hair is folded. We created the second distinction. First division was a straight division, second division, and third division third distinction. Hair at 45-degree angles to the guinea. According to output direction, we create a 90-degree separation and the hair comes out. Direction after. We also create a 45-degree angle as a cut. When forming the 45-degree angle, the hair point we cut first. We continue as a guide, friends. This distinction with the hair points we cut before. We continue our process by combining. If you want to watch my other videos, my channel. There are many categories of videos in the video section. By reaching here, you can also watch my other videos, as you can see. Forming distinctions and at an angle of 45 degrees. From the inside out, we continue our haircut by creating layers. Here I fold the back of the hair as a basis first. And in the next process, your hair. On the left and right sides, equating each other. We create our bob haircut design. We're coming to the tray part. Tray, as you can see. After coming to the part of the guinea vertical by creating a distinction. Bottom to top 45. Forming an angle of 45 degrees from inside to outside. I continue the haircut. For your information, I cut the hair by separating it slice by slice. As you can see, the gradient will form the 3 shape. At the back, layers formed and a beautiful image occurred. I come to the left part of the hair after cutting the back part, and from here creating a diagonal 1 distinction, a short on the back and short on the front. Creating a light 45-degree angle that from the neck to the front light space. Light here to get one extending view with 45-degree finger grip. I keep making sure. Then I comb the hair back. The front part of the hair is a little longer because I combed it backwards. I will appear. Here I equate with the shortness in the back. And I keep getting certain. My finger grip here is slightly 45 degrees, not straight. Suitable for the slope of the hair. Suitable for the model of the hair. From the neck to the front. Light 45-degree angles with sharp horse cutting technique with finger grip. I cut it with a straight scissor stroke. After this cutting process is finished, I'm going to the other part. I'm going to the right guinea the same way. Left side. Well, the technique I applied is diagonal again, with cross separations. I comb the hair back to form. And by creating an angle of 45 degrees as a finger grip, with the clamp on the back, the length of the front, equalizing by creating a 45-degree angle. Here I comb the hair slightly backwards. And after scanning the front part slightly backwards, again with a 45-degree angle, I continue the hair cutting process. Here is the appearance of your hair from the neck to the short front. To achieve a slightly elongated 1 appearance. Graduation bob here. We can also describe it as cutting. Folded back to the front. 1 haircut with lengthening transitions. We create the process. You guys are bob haircut too. Other haircutting techniques, also from the subject. So if you want to get a haircut, you can come to my salon and get service from me. Our place is in Istanbul, Beylikdüzü. Yes, the front of the hair. Want to add some movement. In the front. Suitable for natural separation. I made the distinction and I'm separating. And by doing the hill control, stretching forward from the nape part, I will create a 45-degree angle again. I created the distinction here from the top part. Do we have a mistake or not? We will check it and get it from the neck. At an angle of 45 degrees, to come from short to long. I equalize the hair as you can see the top distinction. I'm creating a distinction from the joke parts with one address. And after creating the annular distinction again, from the shortest point, I see the hairline we cut on the back. Our guide 1 hair point we cut before. After cutting this point, creating an angle of 45 degrees, I continued cutting. After doing this, friends, your hair, to the hair to ensure their transition, I will apply blocking. So hard appearance on 3 parts of the hair, more natural than transitional to achieve one. A to get the pass. I use E-file scissors to get, that is, 1 scissors of hair that we call intermediate scissors, separating it gradually as if cutting it again. Starting from the neck, I will apply thinning to the hair. As you can see here, I separated the hair from the first point I cut. And her hair is 45 degrees guinea, hereby creating an angle, cross point. So I apply thinning to the hair with the cutting technique. I'm not hitting a straight scissor blow, but a diagonal E way. I pass the hair by applying scissor blows. Don't thin the hair as you can see here. Go to the process E hair. I'm applying the pictus technique to the hair here. Thinning the ends of the hair, not the bottoms of the hair. End parts of the hair. Providing their transitions. Your hair is more homogeneous. Begin. To provide passage, I applied a thinning process. This process, after applying it, by applying one beautiful blow-dry process to the forming process, we will not have completed the E-hair design of our model. Friends, you too. If you like my video, don't forget to like my video and subscribe to my channel. Thanks to you, our videos are watched more and more every day, and our channel is getting bigger every day. For watching my video and subscribing to my channel, thank you so much. See you with one new video. Take good care of yourself. Hope to see you. I wish you a good day. See you soon.
Welcome to the Deep Dive. Today our mission is really to get into the nitty-gritty, the actual mechanics behind a specific skill.
Yeah, and today that skill is hair design. We're looking at a very technical breakdown of how a pro stylist creates those really popular curtain bangs.
Exactly. The source material calls it purdy cuckoo. We're not just talking styling tips here, we're diving into the blueprint from a detailed tutorial.
It's all about the sectioning, the angles, the specific movements. Think geometry, but for hair. We're mapping out how they build that soft, layered look, step by step.
Okay, so let's start at the very beginning. Before a single cut happens, the stylist needs to map the head, right? Create sections.
Absolutely. It starts with 2 key separations to establish balance. First is the profile separation. That's a straight line, dead center, from the front hairline all the way back to the nape.
Got it. Divides the head left and right.
Yeah.
Symmetry.
Then you have the crown separation. This one goes ear to ear, straight over the top.
So 2 lines, profile and crown, and bam, you got 4 main sections, like quadrants.
Precisely. 4 equal parts. And this map is fundamental because every cut that follows kind of references back to these initial sections, keeps everything balanced from the get-go.
All right. Map established. Where does the cutting actually begin?
It always starts in the back, specifically the occipital region, the base of the skull area.
Okay.
That's where the stylist sets the temel boyu, the base length. They take the first horizontal section right there at the nape and make the first cut. This creates the main guideline, the clavus.
The clavus, okay. And the source mentions a specific technique here, a sharp cut technique.
Yeah, the keskinat kesim teknishi. It's done with a straight, sheer stroke, clean and precise. But the really key thing here is how they move upwards.
How so?
It has to be gradual, section by small section, moving up the back of the head. Katamili, the source, calls it.
And why is that gradual progression so important? Just for neatness. Well, it's more about the hair's behavior later on. The source is clear. Doing it gradually prevents the ends from, like, puffing out or getting frizzy kabarmamasai-san.
Okay. Anti-frizz built right in.
Exactly. If you take too big a chunk, you lose control of the weight distribution. Cutting gradually ensures the hair tips stack and fall smoothly, homogeneously. Think of it like laying tiles, maybe. You need that careful overlap.
Makes sense. Building the structure from the start. So back is done, base length is set. What about the sides? The rule is simple. The last point cut in the back becomes the starting guideline, the kilavus for the sides. Consistency is key.
Right. But there's something about positioning too, isn't there? Client positioning.
Yes. This is crucial for getting the sides perfectly even. When the stylist cuts the client's left side, they ask the client to tilt their head slightly to the right.
Okay.
And when cutting the right side, the client tilts their head to the left.
Huh. Why the opposite tilt? Wouldn't that make it harder to see?
It seems counterintuitive, but it actually helps the stylist maintain a consistent cutting line relative to the floor. It counteracts the natural curve of the head and how the hair falls.
So tilting the head helps the stylist keep their cutting angle true, ensuring both sides are genuinely equal when the head is upright again.
Precisely. It's about optimizing their position and leverage to get a clean, accurate line without fighting the hair's natural fall.
Wow. So much thought goes into just getting the base length right. Okay, foundation is laid. Now for the main feature. The curtain bangs, perikaku. This involves creating a specific section at the front called the alin motifi, or forehead motif.
And how is that section defined? Is it just grabbing some hair at the front?
Oh no, it's very precise. It has to be a triangular section. Imagine the base of the triangle running along the ends of the eyebrows.
Okay, eyebrows is the base.
And the peak of the triangle goes back towards the crown. The tepinoptasina usually stops just before the highest point of the head. Only the hair inside that triangle becomes the bangs. So the size of that triangle dictates how thick or fine the bangs are. Got it. Once isolated, how do they start the cut? What determines that characteristic sweep? It all comes down to one angle, 45 degrees. The first guideline cut for the fringe starts near the cheekbone, elmachet kemiklaren and Baishla de Nokta. The hair is lifted and cut at exactly 45 degrees. 45 degrees, that's specific.
Absolutely. It's the magic number. It ensures the shortest part of the bang blends smoothly into the longer face-framing layers.
Yeah.
Too shallow, no sweep. Too steep, it looks chunky.
And this brings us back to the stylist's body positioning again, doesn't it? Because cutting this angle involves another sort of weird stance.
It really does. To cut that 45-degree angle accurately on the right side of the client's bangs, the stylist physically moves over to stand on the client's left side.
Okay, so they cross over.
Yep. And to cut the left side of the bangs, they move to the client's right side. There's essentially cutting across the client's center line.
Why do that? Why not just stand directly in front of the section you're cutting? Seems more straightforward. It's necessary for achieving that smooth blend, the homogen geshis the source talks about. It sets up two things, the 45-degree angle, obviously, but also something called cross-combing. Cross-combing, what's that?
Before they cut, they comb the entire triangular section, not just up, but over towards the opposite point, zitnaktasina tariorum, away from where it will naturally fall.
Wait, hold on. You comb the hair you're about to cut over to the other side of the head.
Exactly. You're stretching it away from its home base, so to speak. This stretching, combined with that crossbody stance and the 45-degree cut, forces the hair. When you release it, it naturally springs back and creates that soft, graduated curve that blends seamlessly.
Wow. So you're preloading the direction into the cut, using tension and angle and body positions, like engineering the curve before it even happens.
That's a great way to put it. It's deliberate manipulation to create that effortless look.
Okay, fringe masterpiece complete. Now what about the rest of the hair? The source talks about layering, kalandurma, to add movement without losing the overall length.
Yes, and this layering technique is probably the most unexpected part for many. To get that layered look, kalagurnunumu, you might think you lift the hair straight up or back.
Yeah, that seems logical.
But no. To create these specific light moving layers, the stylist combs the hair forward and upward, towards the client's face and slightly up, then cuts with a straight shear stroke.
Forward and up. Okay, let's trace that. You pull hair forward, cut it, And then when it falls back?
It does the opposite. Haircut, while pulled forward, creates layers that fall backward away from the face. It uses the head's shape to create this effect.
Ah, interesting. So shorter layers naturally form around the front and blend into longer layers towards the back?
Exactly. This creates that haraketli, or moving effect. It ensures the bangs flow beautifully into the rest of the style.
And the big advantage, I assume, is preserving length.
That's the key reason cited. Pulling forward and up results in fewer layers, daha az katların oluşması, compared to, say, pulling straight up from the crown.
So you get movement, but you keep the substance and length of the hair.
Precisely. It's controlled movement, not aggressive chopping. It maintains the integrity of that base length set right at the start.
Okay, so it's a very specific method for a subtle result. Once all the cutting is done, base, fringe, layers, is there a final check?
Yep, there's a quality control step. Check balanziontimile, the check balance method. The stylist will lift sections again, comparing the lengths, especially at that longest point, the original base length, just to ensure everything graduates smoothly and is consistent. Makes sense. Double checking the work, and then finishing touches.
Right. They usually soften the ends with point cutting, nuktikizing techniquel, just to avoid any harsh lines and add a bit of texture.
And the final styling. Crucially, the blow dry, the fun. It's directed outward, dushadoru haraketli, one fun. This pushes the hair away from the face, enhances that sweep and movement, and really brings the whole curtain bang style to life. So when you really break it down, what we've seen is that this seemingly simple, flowy style is built on really precise geometry and, honestly, physics. Every section, every angle, every body position, it's all intentional.
It really is an architectural approach. That
Yeah.
clavuz, that guideline, is everything. So what's the takeaway for you listening? Understanding these steps, the triangular aldamatifi, the 45-degree roll, that counterintuitive forward layering, it shows that even effortless looks are, well, deeply engineered.
Yeah, it's about controlling how the hair falls, often working against its natural tendency.
And that leads us to our final thought. Think about how the stylist in our source material literally changes their physical position, moving left to cut right, crossing the midline to get the perfect angle. They leverage their body position for a cleaner result.
So the question for you is, where are you standing in your own work or field? Is your current viewpoint, your current stance, the most effective one? Maybe achieving a better, more homogeneous result isn't about more effort, but about shifting your perspective, finding a different angle, maybe even standing somewhere completely different to get the leverage you need.
Hello friends, welcome to my channel. I'm with you with a new video. To you today, how to do blunt haircut. I will explain it in detail. First, we make profile separation. Profile separation your neck from the beginning of your forehead. We applied until the end. We call the straight line profile separation. If the second E distinction. E. Crown separation from one ear to the other. We also apply this distinction. When we apply this distinction, we divide the hair into 4 main sections. We make a straight distinction from the back again. After separating the 4 main sections, hair gradually starting from the neck, with sharp horse cutting technique. Her hair here, creating sharp lines, create a straight cut, and get a blunt look. Here with the comb 6 hair cutting technique. As you can see, comb with 6 hair cutting technique. We apply a straight cut E. Burden. We determine the length of the hair in the first level we cut. This size affects the whole course of your hair. And so this is our guide. By following this guide, we'll cut all the hair the same size. HH. If you want to watch my other videos too, my channel, I have many category videos in the videos section. Guinea comb after cutting his neck. With hair cutting technique. As you can see, using my comb as a ruler and following the previous haircut height, I continue cutting on the same plane and cut in the same way as the second stage. I'm so sorry I went to this third level. Guinea sweat left with hair cutting technique, using my comb as a ruler, using the spot where I cut my previous hair, and I continue my haircut. I continue my cutting by creating a straight line. Here, I use my comb in light color. Our hair color is darky. Comb haircut comb use is also very important. If you use a comb according to the color of the hair. Very comfortable in the cut You watch on the road. I recommend this to you as a footnote. As you can see, the hair point I cut before. Again using our comb as a ruler, we continue our haircut. Gradually separating the hair. Creating horizontal separations. And sharp horse cutting technique with straight scissor stroke. Using our comb as a ruler. We will get a blunt look. We use our comb like a ruler. And we continue our cutting. The hair color of the cut comb you used here. We stated that it should be compatible. If the hair is dark here, a light comb. If the hair is light, you can choose a dark comb. While cutting, make sure your scissors are specific. Certain scissors make clearer cuts and helps you cut hair without shredding. This is too when you cut your customer. So when the next month comes, it will tell you that your hair grows healthier. As you can see, the back stage is completely. We cut it with the first size we cut. Now we go to the left side. We will cut the sides. Here is to 2-stage chestnut hair. Here is the head of our customer first, adjusting the stance distance. And here, combing hair. As you can see, from the hair point we cut before,
Taking our guide, we continue our haircut from here. VE. From the first hair point we cut, following our guide, on our side, I keep cutting. After cutting the left side, the right side is also. We cut 2 stages. Our budget hair, E. I'm adjusting the stopping distance of the head of our budget, and as you can see, following our guide. We continue our cut, here by taking the space in your ear and touching it with scissors. This is also very important. We continue our cut after receiving. Here at the bottom, after checking our guide, I keep cutting our hair point. To the front of the hair after cutting the basic length of the hair. We will earn some read, hereby creating distinctions from the line of the forehead and eyebrows. So E, by creating a separation of purchase motif. I'm creating a triangular distinction here. My eyebrows here, E from the starting end point of your eyebrows, E. Starting from 1. And our customer's E cutting section. Standing on the diagonal. I separate and we continue our cut. I'm applying 45-degree angles here. And the first hair point I cut as a guide. I keep cutting, providing a nice pass in front. Here cartoon bang curtain bangs, to get a look we call. We made our distinction and we continue our cutting process. After cutting the first part, I moved to the second part. Here is our comb. I'm measuring the hair point I cut before. And the same. I cut in inches. And gradually again at 45-degree angles. I continue to cut. As you can see, we got a blunt look. All hair length with moving fronts is the same size. A Kurdish hair design. If you want to get a haircut like this, coming to my hall, by appointment, you can get the same style haircut service from me. You can get a haircut Don't forget to like my video and subscribe to my channel. Hope to see you.
See you Sunello Evrianetto. You today Pixie how to do bob haircut in detail. Will tell I divided the hair into two main sections. Upper stage and I separated two pieces as the lower stage, and from the nape part so your hair is short andium starting to cut it with vertical separations to be folded as you can see starting from the right. Moving to the left eam, standing in the midly and again from the left side towards the middle and continue my cutting process with vertical separations, thicker, herium. Applying B cutting, accordance with the E thickness of my fingery, I touch your scalp to the bottom so I touch my finger on the skin of the hair. Andy continued to process finger-thick cuts after, making his first short like that. 2. I'm creating the distinction. I'm creating horizontal separations. Horaso, I created a horizontal distinction, and then with vertical separation C. I continue my haircut at 45 degreesium, starting from the right. I'm coming to the middle. This timey coming from the left side D, I continue, so from the right to the middle, from left to middle, so always hairnite in the middle, as short nessim. Applying a 45-degree angle here, 3 now, by creating upright distinctions. Distinction also, I divided it again. I created one diagonal distinction, and comb the hair according to the exit. Placent, I cut it at an angle of 45 liras to Guinea. Created a vertical separation, and I see my guide at the bottom. I always follow my guidesso, the hair on the bottom after seeing the hair point I cudium, adjusting the angle so it's 45 degrees screeding, an angle I definitely say when I create a 45 lira angle. The back of the hair is short, so there are longer sections from the top. Directly E. If I cut it according to the short hair, how can I not create a 45 lira angle? It happens this time it's short on the bottom and the short on the top are the same size. It happens, and it will be short please when I make an angle of 45 steli. See the short section at the bottom V. I cut 45 steel at an angle's top stays longer, the bottom is still short compared to him. I keep going like this, and elong sections on the right and left sides on the back E with short partas. You can see forming the diagonal separation again 45 degrees. Short from the front E, short from the back, one extending forward die. Create the viewers, you can see so. The front is long, and the back is short and folded as you can see. From the top to the ear levelso, I created a coronation. I make one distinction from one ear to the other, or normally everyone, so 10,000. Crown separation, this EA after creating a crown separation, I create a vertical separation of the rest of the back end. This distinction is vertical search first from behind as you can see. With the hair length, I cut before him, putting it together, but this hair size is also the bottom one from the bottom up 451 cut from the inside out at a degree angle lie, cut with point I see the hair spot I cut before end, cut from the inside out. These upper sides are longer than the lower sides are shorter, and the volume makes it bulky. So short hair pushing, long hirand one fuller image occurs, heraguania. A distinction from the peak of the harium creating gin, 1 guinea from the hair point. I cut before this time. I lift the hair up 90 degrees, but again at the hair point I cut before. 1 I see my guide, and so I cut it from short to long at an angle of 45 degrees after, Cutting in the middle left side is crossed nigh. Cut it at an angle of 45 degrees. The front is longer and the back is shorter than Hyman fold 1 image. Yugatas, you can see Hirium adjusting with short sections on the back eye. Made a cross distinction to the front, starting with the shortest section at the back toe, the front at an angle of 45 degrees. Make your hair grow forward in my cutting process. Continue with the sharpening cutting technique with a straight scissor stroke. Continue scanning backwards. The reason I scan backwards is in the backy scan the back for scanning and short sections ISO because I cut it in accordance with my cover from short to longend inside I created. One angle front is longer and the back is shorter. One image hair. Design that you can easily use. This summer's weakest is short. The front is long. If you want to get a haircut like this, you can reach me on social media. Addresses me in the description section of my video by reaching my living room. From here I work by appointment as an appointmentee haircutting service. By coming to my salon, by making an appointmentee long service signed other hairdressing services can get servicized hairy. I use pivot point technique as a haircut, literally pivot point to hairy one guide for us by applying this Gwitty Pixie Bob haircut, starting from the nape part with the file scissors gradual light hard scissor blowsy to soften the ends to get its hardness in, thinning the transition of hair here too. It's softer ease here with elephant scissor softening the ends of the hair, starting as if the cut starts again from the neck. I thin the ends slightly with file scissors. I don't apply it to the bottom of the hair, only to the ends and vertical from there. By doing your hair, we get one image that thins the nape. Parts Maria's, you can see her at the ends of the hair, not the bottoms of the hair also, because we did the softening process. Hair provides one more homogeneous transition and gets a soft one look. Of course, you also have every hair, so there is no thinning process. Not thinner hair, but thicker in thick hair you can apply step by step up the ends of the hair. I keep thinning. If you want to watch my other videos, to me video my channel has a videos section from there. I have many categories of videos from here. You can also watch my videos by hair grows as you can see. I'm coming to the long section, and between fingers I take and thin the ends of the hair first. I eliminate one and I lift it opened, thinning the ends of the hair. Your likes important to us. Our channel is developing day by day and to reach large audiences. I would be very pleased if you definitely like my video, because if you like my video to other friends and other people too, so I recommend this video reaches many people when it reaches the technique I apply. So friends who want to learn learning and ladies looking for hairstylisty, my video want to get service from Methis, or that way. If you like my video and subscribe to my channel, would be very pleased. Likes and comments are also important, so if you have questions in the comment part of my videos so you can leave the comment section as answer, as I know the answery questions on your Mindusi continues my thinning process. Gradually, like hath last front part has Araveth, front part too. You don't use much, do you? I apply a slight thinning process and shaping process. We will pass after finishing the process from here. Also, with one nice blow-dry process, finished our hair design. We will be friends. Like my videos and subscribe to my channel. Don't forget to be right now. Pretty one, Eway reached the audience. Thanks to your audience is growing every day. New friends join our channel and our designs learned and seen them. Adding some movement to the front of the hair, her to the end part. Sue, no EA. Little EI did one tiny folding, the front of the hair. Finalito make your fall beautiful. Here are the hair cutting techniques I have learned for you. When my tongue turns to you, so I'm trying to explain as much as I can. Hope you guys are satisfied here. I comb back slightly and your hair, so I'm checking if there is a mistaken ear. Customer's ear backward say design that he can use comfortably when he throws his back to bay. Give a little touche. Our hall is in Istanbul, Beylikdüzü, working on an appointment to come to our hall. Description part of my video's social media addresses are available by reaching hair. Coming to my hall haircut, coloring, and other hairdressing services. You can also get services. You can see our model has a short story front one design. Hope you like it. See you for now. Take good care of yourself.
Today you curtain bangs layered haircut. I want to explain our service in detail. Layered haircut here. Curtain cardamom, how to do this. You will see in detail. First, we create profile separation later. Say we will create a crown separation. Profile separation with crown separation. The process of dividing the hair into 4 main sections. We say friends. First distinction, profile distinction. Profile separation from the middle of 2 eyebrows to the straight line that I parted down to the neck. E, profile separation. Second also, E, crown separation from one ear to the other ear. The distinction we have separated, we call crown separation. Fold the front parts of the hair after the crown separation. A, curtain to make cardamom process. We split the hair in half. After this separation, starting from ear levels, we create a diagonal separation from both sides. Then while cutting our customer's E right side, I go to the left and E starting from cheekbones, 45 degrees. We will create a distinction, haircut with a distinction of 45 degrees. So we'll start doing here E profile, E starting from the apple bones. We determine our sword from top to bottom at an angle of 45 degrees. And I cut and the other parts are the same, at an angle of 45 degrees after cutting. I scan them all towards myself and I make my cut by creating a single line. Then I will cut the left side. While cutting the left side, I pass to the right side of my customer. The first part of the guinea cheekbones. I cut it so I separate it diagonally. Later. Right? Scanning from left to right, I'm cutting the first part. Then the second part is the same from the right. I'm taking it all alone to the left and cut the previous. From my hair point, I cut our banana the same size. After folding the front, back eye first, we created a profile separation on the right side. We divided the hair into two main sections. I will fold the back in two main sections. Same way again. I'm creating a diagonal separation towards the back. And on the right, piece. For cutting the right part, I go to the left side and the front one I cut first guinea from section right to the left. As you can see by creating a distinction, I was born first cut. Hair point. I cut by specifying, so I scan. This time I'm scanning them all forward. That is at an angle of 45 degrees. Scanning directly to the front, I see the hair spot I cut before. I see the guide, so I equate it with hair length. Both in the front parts here, I equate with the height. I equate with the length in the front. Both. When the blow dry you scatter is taken, when the shape is given the front, hair equality, and long pieces, so that it does not appear at 45-degree angles to the front section. I scan the back with diagonal Ian angles and forward. I'm scanning in the front part again at an angle of 90 degrees for scanning forward. I'm cutting. This side, no. What happens when I scan this cutting process forward? There is a folding process from the front to the back. Because the hair in the front is a little short, there is a cut suitable for the short hair in the front. Hair falls longer towards the back. And folding process on the front and back. We are applying both. From the front, we shorten and fold. A hair we see when we throw it backwards. We made a move. And a both oval. Here and an oval back. The look was also folded and ovally. We will have a look. This time to check the hair guinea after combing. I comb the hair completely and towards the peak. I lift it up. A check again. Is there an error after checking it? Equalize, and from the ends, I'm cutting. I look at the 3 dots and cut by length. Then, so you know your hair. To apply a folding operation to the foundation, I divide the hair in half with the guinea star technique. And listen piece by piece. As you can see, so neither too thick nor too much. I scan upwards in thin pieces. 90 degrees. And from the ends, with point cutting technique. I apply hair folding. Here with the star technique, a suitable structure for the hair. I'm applying a folding process. As you can see here after seeing the longest point. A point cutting technique. With point cutting technique. I'm applying a folding process. Here I comb the hair and from above. Hair 90 degrees according to the direction of hair output. And 45 degrees compared to the length of the hair. I keep cutting with angles. As you can see, 90 degrees. Scanning the stone and the 45-degree point of cut with cutting technique. I continue my process. You too, to support my channel. Don't forget to like my video and subscribe to my channel. Thanks to you, our videos reach many people. And thanks to you, watching our videos. Dear friends, my video, thank you so much for watching and subscribing to my channel. Thank you. Our folding process is over, friends. Now to the ends of the hair. With the net scissors, that is, with the scissors we call intermediate scissors, we apply thinning softening process, starting from the front part to the hair auger technique. So I'm twisting the hair and the ends. With intermediate scissors, I'm thinning here at the ends to ensure a more homogeneous fall of the hair. To get a smoother image, I apply thinning process with auger technique. You want to watch my other videos too. If you want, in the videos section of my channel. Many kinds of videos. I have videos in many categories. You can watch my videos there too. If you have any questions, description part of my video. I have social media addresses there too. You can ask by contacting me, or in the comment section of my video. Leave your questions. I can read them and give you detailed information. You can ask questions. Do you also enjoy layered hair? Curtain cardamom and other EA pixie haircuts, short haircut, bob cut, and other E. If you want to get services about hairdressing, to my salon in Istanbul Beylikdüzü, you can come. To come too. From my social media addresses in the description section of my video, reaching me by making an appointment, you can get service. I continue thinning the ends of the hair. The reason why I do auger. Hair, when I do thinning on the back and ends. When the hair opens, so we get a more natural look. As you can see, our process is over. Now our forming process, we will apply our process. I will apply a layered moving blow dry process. As you can see, front moving, folded backs. We are with you with a beautiful hair design, friends. If you like my video I model, if you like the design, make sure to like my video. Commenting and social media. Don't forget to share on your address.
Welcome back to the deep dive. Today we're swapping spreadsheets for scissors, but honestly, the precision is just as intense. We're diving into the technical blueprint for a short, layered pixie cut.
Yeah, it's a fantastic example of professional methodology. Our mission, really, is to break down this very structured, step-by-step process from the source material. We want to translate it, into something you can visualize, almost like engineering principles.
Mm-hmm.
If you've ever wondered why a really good shortcut needs specific angles, 90 degrees, 45 degrees, and all these sectioning names, well, you're about to see it's less art, more like architectural choreography.
I love that architectural choreography. Okay, so before any hair is actually cut, the stylist has to map everything out, right? Zone the canvas. Let's start with phase one, creating that foundation and blueprint, the separation phase.
Exactly. This initial separation is non-negotiable. It totally controls the weight distribution and how the hair will fall later on. The very first move is the profile separation. That's creating a perfectly straight line, right from the front hairline all the way down the center to the nape of the neck.
Why that first? Does splitting it vertically first do something specific for, symmetry?
It immediately establishes that bilateral symmetry, and it locks in the center line. If that center's off, well, the whole cut can be thrown off from the start.
Oh, okay. Makes sense.
Then right after that, the stylist isolates the middle part of the crown. They use the comb, almost like a drafting tool, a ruler, to find that precise center point up top. And this leads directly into the well-known horseshoe separation.
The horseshoe, right, or the U separation.
Exactly that. It's a big U-shaped section that starts near the temples and basically walls off the entire upper part of the hair. So once you have the profile, the crown section, and the horseshoe separation done, The head is essentially divided into two main work zones, the lower area and the top section. This whole zoning plan dictates everything that comes next.
Okay, blueprint established. So now phase 2. Cutting the lower section and setting that crucial guide. You said it always starts at the nape.
Always at the nape. This is the bedrock of the whole style. The initial length, the very shortest part, is done using the classic comb over scissors technique.
Comb over scissors.
Yeah. It's designed for really natural, soft transition.
Yeah.
And the amount they take off is literally limited by how fine the comb teeth are.
So the comb itself is the gauge. How far up the back of the head does this first shortcut go?
It stops at the occipital region. You can feel it on your own head, that prominent bone at the back, kind of where your skull starts curving back in near the top of your ears. That short section they just cut, that becomes a primary guide. Absolutely critical. Everything else references back to this.
Got it. The master guide. So once that's set, the layering begins just above it. And I see the technique changes here, from comb over scissors to using fingers and vertical sections.
That's right. What's really interesting is the angle changes too. They take these vertical partings, about a finger width thick, then they pull the hair straight out from the head and cut it at a sharp 90-degree angle. Really precise, following the hair's natural growth pattern.
90 degrees. Okay.
And they work methodically, maybe starting on the right side, cutting towards the center line, then doing the same for the left side, meeting in the middle.
Yeah.
That 90-degree angle, it gives maximum lift and structure right off the scalp.
Right. 90 degrees equals structure. But then as they move up, looks like they shift the angle again almost immediately. Why?
To soften it, using that 90-degree cut section as the new guide, they keep moving up with vertical partings, but now they switch to a 45-degree angle for the next layers. So the 90-degree cut built the structure, but shifting to 45 degrees prevents, a really harsh line. It lets the layers blend more smoothly. It creates a softer transition as you go up. It's all very strategic.
That clicks. Establish the short anchor, build the structure up, then soften the transition. The overall plan seems clear. Cut the bottom, cut the top, then blend.
Okay, let's move to phase 3, tackling the sides.
Right. First step here, the hair gets dampened a bit, makes it easier to control, and the key move for the sides is a diagonal separation. This parting runs from the front hairline diagonally back towards the nape.
Why diagonal here instead of vertical like they used in the back?
Good question. Vertical partings tend to build weight and lift upwards. Diagonal partings encourage the hair to move forward or backward. They create flow. So this diagonal parting means the cutting action also moves backward, following that line, blending smoothly into the shorter nape area. They cut along that diagonal path, connect the section over the ear, carefully cutting those little fine hairs right above the ear, and then repeat the whole thing perfectly symmetrically on the other side. Both sides have to connect seamlessly back to that short guide piece we cut in the nape earlier. Continuity, absolutely. Okay, now for the main event, maybe. Phase 4. Cutting the top section. This is the hair inside that horseshoe separation where you get the volume and shape.
Yeah, this is key for the overall silhouette. First, the stylist splits this top horseshoe area into a front section and a back section, just using a simple parting across the crown. Now, for the back part of this top section, they go back to vertical partings. And again, for maximum structure here, the hair is combed straight up, 90 degrees from the scalp, and cut.
Back to 90 degrees for lift.
Exactly. And they usually break this down into maybe 3 segments, middle, right, left, always using the piece they just cut as the guide for the next one. Very systematic.
And the front part of the top section, does the separation change again there?
It does, yeah. For the very front, they switch to straight horizontal partings. But they still comb the hair straight up at 90 degrees and cut it following its growth direction. And again, usually cut in 3 parts middle, then the sides. That action itself, combing straight up and cutting that, is the layering process in this design. It uses the head's natural curve to create those varying lengths that give you volume and movement.
Okay, phase 5. This feels like a critical step, the blending, where the longer layered top meets the much shorter, tighter sides and back. Getting this wrong sounds like, well, disaster.
It's the critical connection point. To blend this, the stylist uses diagonal partings again, but this time they're diagonal cross separations moving from the back forward, starting from the crown area towards the face.
4 diagonals now. Okay.
And the whole purpose here is to soften that transition, to avoid a bulky, blocky look where the long top meets the short sides. It creates a gradual flow, connecting the top layers to each other.
Right, and the source material gives a really strong warning here. It says you must not connect those long top layers directly down to the shortest hair on the sides. What actually happens if you break that rule?
Oh, it creates a really obvious shelf, like a hard line or a step in the haircut. You essentially cut away the very area you need for the transition. The short sides get cut even shorter too quickly, and you lose all the intended softness and flow. That subtle difference connecting top layers to each other versus connecting them straight down to the short perimeter, that's the finesse. It allows the top to gently overlap the sides.
That makes the potential pitfall very clear. And there's one more detail for the front. If the hair naturally wants to fall one way, like a cowlick.
Ah, yes, the advanced move. If the hair has a strong growth pattern pushing it one way, the stylist might cut that section by pulling it in the exact opposite direction, often using a 45-degree angle. It's a way to counteract the natural fall and gain control over how the fringe sits.
Wow, okay. That's really thinking three-dimensionally.
It shows how every angle, every direction is deliberate in this kind of technical cutting.
All right, last phase. Phase 6. Finishing touches and texturizing. The source mentions the client's hair here is quite coarse and thick. So just cutting the shape isn't enough?
Not usually, no. Especially with thick, coarse hair. A straight scissor cut, even perfectly executed, can leave the ends looking too blunt, too heavy. The sections might not blend visually. So you move from the geometry of the cut to more like sculpting the texture. This involves thinning or incising across the whole haircut, typically using thinning shears or F-file scissors.
To soften and remove bulk, right?
Exactly. Remove bulk without destroying the shape you just built. And they use different types of texturizing depending on the area.
Okay, 2 distinct techniques mentioned here.
Yeah, think of it like using different tools. For the longer sections, like on top, they use point cutting. This is where you just snip vertically into the very ends of the hair. It breaks up that solid line, softens the tips, avoids that harsh, just cut look.
Like feathering the edges.
Kind of, yeah. But then, for the really short, dense areas, like down on the sides by the cheeks, and especially the nape, they use a more aggressive technique called channeling.
Channeling, how does that differ?
If point cutting just nips the ends, channeling involves cutting into the section, removing hair from underneath, like carving small channels or grooves within the hair section. It removes weight from deeper within the hair, not just the tips.
Ah, so it really thins out those dense spots.
Precisely. It helps those very short areas lie closer to the head and transition smoothly, even with thick hair. And the nape often gets a final blend with shears over the comb too, similar to how the initial guide was cut, just for that extra softness.
It really is a remarkable process when you break it down step by step. You end up with this beautiful modern shortcut, but it took, what, half a dozen distinct phases, multiple angles, specific separations, and then 3 different texturizing methods.
The level of detail,
Yeah.
the sheer complexity just for one seemingly simple pixie cut. From that very first profile parting all the way through to choosing between channeling or point cutting.
Right.
It really underscores that this is a highly specialized, very structured kind of choreography.
It really does. It makes you appreciate the hidden precision and skills we often just take for granted. This whole process, it's about standardizing a quality result, isn't it? Ensuring that every cut is, like you said, architecturally sound.
And that's probably the final key thing for you, the listener, to take away. We saw how choosing vertical separations aimed for maximum lift and structure, while using diagonal separations was all about creating softer transitions and directing the flow of the hair. That initial choice of how you section the hair fundamentally dictates how the final style is going to move and behave.
That's a brilliant insight. The separation is the blueprint for movement. Okay, so here's something to think about. How many other technical skills that we encounter every day, maybe it's coding software, maybe it's building design, maybe even, I don't know, a perfectly brewed espresso, rely on the same level of complex, multi-angled sectional planning, where just a tiny difference, a millimeter in a parting or a few degrees in an angle, completely changes the final volume, the flow, the entire outcome. That precision is often the invisible difference between just good and truly great.
Hello everyone, asterisk. Today, you curtain hair layered haircut. How to design haircut I will tell you in detail how to do it. I divide the hair into basic distinctions. I make a profile distinction first. Profile distinction eyebrow starting from the middle. Of the eyebrow asterisk, the straight separation we have separated towards the neck asterisk profile. Separation crown separation as the second distinction after him crown separation. One wish from ear to ear is reserved to the other ear, clear distinction asterisk we call crown. Separation here after the coronation we divide the hair into 4 main sections asterisk. After dividing the 4 mothers into sections asterisk, creating horizontal separations from the neck asterisk, now haircut, we will start our process friends asterisk I. We'll cut the foundation of the hair after creating the horizontal separation asterisk. So I will create a straight one cut asterisk I cut. The length of the hair starting from the back asterisk. After cutting the first stage. This is our guide. Asterisk after creating the guide. So the basic 2 after cutting the first stage of separation. As a difference, I cut the second stage. Asterisk asterisk, I cut the first stage and second stage 1. I equate it with the hair length I cut before asterisk by following our guide. Our progress in hair EE. Cutting it helps asterisk. Here we cut the technique pivot point technique asterisk. Pivot point TECHNIQ UEEE creating our design. As you can see on the back asterisk with straight scissor stroke. That is, with the sharpening cutting technique. After creating, I pass the back to the left side EE ear neck asterisk. I equate it with the hair length. I cut on the back and I get one guide. So guide means 1 asterisk 1 piece of hair from the hair point we cut first EEE. So applying the rest of the piece, following our guide here, asterisk neat. Haircut EEE. We can do the process now. I'm going to the right side in the same way. Asterisk I. Make 1 distinction horizontal and right left side asterisk before me guide from the hair. Point I cut after receiving unequal to the same. Height, this is our basic. We have hair length asterisk without shortening the hair in any way. After cutting this length E, this time we will apply a folding process here on the right in accordance with. A guide I'm equalizing hair length, I applied 1 completely straight cut here asterisk. So, blunt, long, blunt 1 appearance now. Curtain the front of the hair. I will make a hair application here. Right ear down from the back of the ear I. Made 1 right diagonal. Distinction E I cut. After separating the front frame part 1, separated the right side. Now I'm separating the left side too. The left side is the same. From the peak, E behind the ear by creating a sky distinction. I said give up after that. Now the right side, past the left side of my customer while cutting asterisk and the starting point. Of the cheekbones angle, like 45 degrees, we start our haircut asterisk after. Cutting the front part, this is our guide. In accordance with this guide. Scanning angle from right to left and E with the first hair point. I cut asterisk, I cut it at 45-degree angles by. Equalizing, I'm scanning as you can see here. I see my guide and cut it asterisk. This is again, because I cut it at 1 fixed point, starting from the right and scanning forward. A certain point of the front parts is short from the guide. It's stretching forward, so. The other long parts are also long some way to guinea asterisk asterisk I. Cut the left side. Now the left side, when I cut it, I go to the right asterisk border. Yes, stance is important E. And which of our customers, I'll cut your side in the opposite direction. E when I stand. At 1 angle at the angle there asterisk, I'm applying 1 EE cut more comfortably asterisk. Now, I see my guide as you see asterisk again. At an angle of 45 degrees asterisk, I continue my cutting process, and after cutting the first stage, I equate the other levels according to them, and asterisk I. Continue my cutting process here asterisk. My folding process after seeing and cutting the sparkleplated on the front. Now I will fold the back parts asterisk here, In the front asterisk, I applied my animation curtain bangs. Design now with back cross separations. I'm separating V combing. Forward asterisk to my guide at the hair point. I cut appropriately equating with the front part asterisk. As you can see, I equate it with the hair length on the front. Asterisk, not the shortest part, but the longest part. Asterisk, I continue to process cutting by processing. I'm scanning guinea forward here from the front for scanning and cutting it forward asterisk because I cut it appropriately. For the flowers in the front asterisk, both the back is long and the back is not. Shortened folding process is applied so light folding in applying both a folding process. By processing with the sections on the front, we give movement and volume to the hair because our customer's hair structure is thin because it is volume need asterisk by. Applying a folding process because you hear asterisk I continue to process here to the front E because I scan the right and left. Parts of the front it's operated. I will continue. My back folding later. Hue guinea is the same on the right after cutting the left side. Keep cutting with technique asterisk I cut it to the front and scan it to the longest section in front, equalizing the longest paint asterisk. I see my guide as you see, and the cutting process, and I continue. You also have this kind of one layer. Haircut curtain cardamom design. If you want to do me social media addresses in the description. Part of my video available by reaching my haul from here haircut asterisk coloring and other hairdressing services you can get service, as you can see now after cutting asterisk star. Technique with slicing technique asterisk in vertical slices EEEI. Apply hair folding process, as you can see upwards asterisk. At the ends of the hair, forming a 90-degree angle asterisk, I'm applying a folding process. I'm scanning upwards, and in the front asterisk E. I'm getting my guide. I set it as a guide on the front. I equate one hair length with that hair length asterisk this time. Just to the front, we applied a folding process. Now we are folding. The back parts. The reason why we apply slices like this hair asterisk too. The hair structure of our customer's model in accordance with the head structure, so we determine one point. We determine the guide. This guide for the whole hair we distribute it with star. Technique, so you can call it orange slice hair. After applying this process asterisk, completely scans upward small one by check balancing. That is, by checking asterisk, we will finish. Our transaction I'm scanning, and here it's small here. Again asterisk in our upward scanning and folding process, usually point cutting technique or point. Cutting technique asterisk, we apply it. As you can see, moving wavy asterisk our curtain cardamom layered haircut design after the blow dry. I'm showing you guys asterisk. I hope you are satisfied you too. If you like my video and subscribe to my channel, I would be very pleased to see you soon.
Hello friends, welcome to my channel. To you today, how to make a blunt bob haircut. I will explain it in detail. I will create the basic distinctions first. Our first distinction is profile separation. After creating my profile distinction, also as the second distinction, I will create a crown separation. Profile separation. My forehead present from the beginning. The distinction we have divided to the neck. At the coronation. Comb again. We put it on the crown of your forehead. And from the point where our comb's back touches a Crown separation to the distinction we have separated, that is, 1. From ear to ear. A fixed 1. The distinction we have separated as a line is called the crown separation. Here, the crown separation, the front and back of the hair. Separating two main sections. Profile separation also divides the hair in half, so here, we divide the hair into 4 basic E sections. We divide it into 4 basic parts. After dividing it into 4 basic parts in one step, we will apply a haircut to separate it in a gradual way. I'm starting and I'll cut it gradually. Here, our first level will be the dye of our model's hair. We will apply 1 straight haircut. So create a blunt haircut, comb 6 for applying it. So we apply the technique of sharp ablution. That is, we also apply it with a straight scissor stroke. There will be 1 straight haircut. Here, E, I will use 1 angle of 0 degrees. So I use my comb as a ruler. Without creating any angle. There will be 1 haircut suitable for the direction of hair fall. I make our model tilt its head very slightly forward. And here, first, setting our guide, as you can see, without opening the neck too much. And with sharp horse cutting technique, that is, with straight scissor stroke. I'm cutting the first part. Then left side, then right side. This is the first hair I cut. I equate with paint. This hair will be tall, guys. This will be our guide. All in accordance with this guide, we will cut the hair length to the same length. This is our guide, this hair length. We are going to the second stage, as we can see, second stage hair length. I will equal the hair length we cut in the first stage. As you can see here, I reserve the first part. I comb your hair downwards according to the natural combing direction. I tilt our customer's head very slightly forward and using my comb as a ruler 1. With the hair length I cut before, equalizing in the same way. So here I use my comb like a ruler. I align and cut with a straight scissor stroke. Here is the sharpening cutting technique. E, also named Guinea. I'm separating the first piece from the second floor. This one is the same as the hair size we cut before. I use my comb like a ruler and cut it. But here in every hair I cut, our customer's hair, E, I make your head tilt slightly forward. Because when it bends too little forward, the angle there makes the hair straighter. And when he gives back, you cut it straight in a blunt way. You can make a mistake there. It has to bend down 1 click. Because when he bends things, it doesn't reveal the little hair at the bottom either. This time, when the customer tilts his head forward, the bottom is like this. 1 section appears at the bottom, like this protrusion. It's also annoying. You will have to cut again. As you can see, we went to the 3rd stage of the back part. 3rd stage at the bottom one. The hair point we cut before Guinea in the same way. I keep cutting the same size. In these straight cuts, you can use the same technique. Here only E, blunt 1 model here because your hair is short, E. Blunt straight 1 haircut E design. Here the length of the whole hair is all equal length. Blunt because it will be the same size. Straight blunt haircut. I'm doing the design. Right side, one with the hair point I cut before. Our guide is the same size. Our customer after cutting. I tilt the head of our model to the slightly front part and use my comb as a ruler. One with the hair size I cut before. I say equal here by using my comb as a ruler. I comb the natural fall of the hair correctly without any mistakes. In the same way as the hair point I appeared. I continue my cut by equalizing. I'm asking you here. Don't forget to like my video and subscribe to my channel. Your thoughts too. I would be very pleased if you specify in the comments section of my video. Yes, after cutting the back. We go to the left side of our customer. Guinea head of our customer. Tilting to the right. After bending, behind the ear, before you get over the ear bulge, I divided it into the middle of the ear as you can see, and some behind the ear. I equalized the hair length on the back there. And the next one above the ear as you can see in the front. Here we equate the ear bulge. And we make one straight cut. If you scan it directly without calculating the ear bulge, and if you cut it straight, when you blow dry, when it dries, the protrusion of the ear appears. And straight one cut does not appear, and please the height of the ear to the top. Prevents hair from being straight at the bottom. So from the middle, right at ear level, to the back of your ear, you take one hair apart and straight from that hair. From the guide we have determined on the back, we cut our hair, and the rest in the front. We equalize the hair from there. And the same in the second level. From the hair point, we cut a donut. We cut it in line. Our customer's hair, stance, angle is very important here. We don't cut straight. We tilt our customer's hair a little and cut it like that. After cutting the left side, we go to the right again in the same way. Our customer's hair length without cutting the first. He light his head, a little according to the posture direction of the hair. We tilt, and after tilting, just like I cut it on the left side, we continue our haircut here. Guinea, you are also like this one. Haircut. And if you want to have other haircut models, I have social media customs in the description part of my video. From here, by reaching me on social media addresses and coming to my hall, haircut coloring, retouching keratin hair care, balayage haircut, and other hairdressing services. You can get service. You can come to my hall and get service. I'm working with appointment. Morning, 10, evening, 6. I can make an appointment between hours. Our place is in Beylikdüzü. After doing my contours here, on the right side and on the left side, I apply my contours and light hair on the front. I'll add some movement, so I'll do some folding on the front. Here while adjusting the front part, as you can see again from the forehead point of the hair 1, I'm creating a profile distinction. I'm dividing the hair in half. And here, from the eyebrow line, front part 1, forehead motif, by creating the distinction, i.e. triangle 1. I make a distinction. After creating this triangular separation, important feature of triangular separation, right and left T. From the section, because we got it from the eyebrow line, right side and left side. Part 2, intensely taking one way, the right side and the left side. Only from the front without emptying too much. From the part where your forehead is because we make one distinction from the section where the forehead is. The slightly beautiful one movement in the front. E and my forager bangs are E. One point where we can fold. It's okay, I'm creating one nice distinction there too. I cut the right side of our customer. I pass the breadth of our customer for, I'm adjusting the angle here much better. And as you can see here, your hair is short. E after remembering the short point. E for cutting by determining my angle. I provide one nice transition from short to long. After cutting the right side, I go to the left side. The left side is the same. I get one guide from the hair point I cut before. And here in my comb, E. Because it's numbered so suddenly. Like a ruler until 20. So when I measure what size I cut and take one click on the left side and get the same size. At the same time, I'm cutting from the same point as you can see. So we have created a millimetric one design here. It's neither short nor too long. I cut it in the same short. And that shortness too, big any the same way. One eat distinction from left to right. E by creating, so I'm scanning. And I see the hair point and I keep cutting. You too with the join button of my channel. Well, I would be very pleased if you want to support my channel. Thanks to you, my channel is getting bigger every day. And we became a big family. Our 229,000 subscribers. So thanks to valuable people like you, our audiences, time is growing. People who don't subscribe to my video, 97 on 100 are watching. I request you, when you watch my video, if you subscribe to my channel and turn on notifications, you will be informed of my new videos. You will watch my new videos without interruption. Friends, make sure to turn on the notification bell of my video. And be aware of my newly published videos. And when you subscribe to my channel, you are also aware of my other videos. And if you want to watch my other different videos, my channel, the video section is available from there. Video section. I have 757 videos. I have videos in many categories. You can watch them too. We have come to the end of our haircut, friends. Flat blonde as you can see. Right in the OMSI field without opening the neck too much one. Sheet. We have created a haircut design. You are this style one. If you want to get a haircut, I'm in Beylikdüzü by contacting me on my social media addresses. Coming to my hall. Haircut from me. You can get coloring and other hairdressing services. I'm working on an appointment. I love you. Hope to see you. Take care of yourself.
Welcome back to the deep dive. If you've ever, watched a truly flawless bob haircut and just wondered how they get that perfect geometric precision, well, you're definitely in the right place today. We are doing a deep dive into the methodology for a very specific cut, the forward elongated layered bob. You sent over this incredibly technical guide. It treats hair less like hair and more like an architectural blueprint, really. So our mission today is to unpack all that geometry, Figure out every precise measurement, angle, technique, basically how you get those long front sections while keeping the back perfectly graduated and, well, volumized correctly.
And that focus on geometry is absolutely key. This isn't just about being good with scissors. It's about systematically controlling weight, elevation, movement. The real value here is seeing how predictable results, the kind you can reproduce, they depend entirely on meticulous setup. You know, getting those foundational angles right. You have to respect the process, perfect divisions before you even think about cutting.
Yeah, okay, that sounds like a challenge right there. Let's start at the beginning then. Establishing the blueprint. You mentioned precision. How intense is this setup? What are these foundational divisions?
Right, so it starts at the absolute center. That's the profile separation. Perfectly straight line, running from the start of the forehead all the way down the back to the nape. That establishes your central axis. Think of it as your plumb line for balance.
Got it, the center line. But the real drama, the visual part of this cut, that happens up front, right? How do we mark that off? The part that determines the longest piece.
Ah, okay. That's defined by the triangle form. You start high at the crown, the tepia noctasa, and draw a triangular separation forward. And the source is very specific here. The base of this triangle has to extend precisely to the end of the eyebrows.
Wait, hold on. A triangle from the crown to the end of the eyebrow. That sounds, I don't know, kind of specific, maybe a bit arbitrary. Why that exact point? Is there a risk you're trying to avoid by being that precise?
It's not arbitrary at all, actually. It's all about proportion. That specific boundary makes sure the front section, the bit that frames the face later, connects properly to the side panels. If that triangle's too narrow, you lose that dramatic forward swing. Too wide.
Ah, okay.
Then the whole side layer can look disconnected from the back. It messes up the transition we're aiming for. So yeah, that measurement gives you the right face framing perimeter.
That makes a lot more sense. It controls the drama, basically.
Yep. Okay, so center line check, frontal length defined by the triangle, check.
Yeah.
What's the last big separation?
The last main one is the crown separation. That's your classic ear-to-ear division. This isolates the entire front, including that triangle we just made from the back section. And that's where we actually start building the foundation. Once the front's clipped away, the back section itself gets divided again, usually into 3 main vertical sections.
Right, and the guide mentioned using the back of the comb for those vertical divisions. Can you just quickly clarify that? It sounds like a small detail, but maybe important for structure. Oh yeah, definitely. When guides mention using the back of the comb, they mean using the tool's standard width for consistency. You lay the comb flat against the head, and its width becomes your repeatable measure for drawing those next vertical lines. It just ensures those 3 back sections are perfectly symmetrical, equal width. It sounds tedious, I know.
A bit, yeah.
But it's absolutely key for controlling how the hair moves, how the graduation builds up later. Meticulous, but necessary.
Okay, so the geometry's set, the blueprint is drawn. Where do we finally pick up the scissors? Let's get into segment 2, building that foundation.
Right, the foundation work begins deep down at the nape of the neck, the ents. You start with a really precise horizontal separation, and this is where you cut your guide section, your calaveuse.
Okay, the guide. And the source called the technique comb under, using straight scissor strikes. This sets the overall length, right?
Exactly. That initial length is your crucial foundation, the temel. But, and this is important, the very next layers are immediately cut in a graduated way, catameli.
Okay. Why, though? Couldn't you just do a blunt cut there at the bottom and then layer everything above it? Why graduate right away in that lowest section? Is it just about the shape?
This is where it gets really interesting. It's almost entirely about controlling volume, structural volume. The source is super clear on this. Cutting graduated layers right away ensures the hair distributes homogeneously, evenly. The main benefit they cite is preventing that unwanted swelling or puffiness, what the text calls kabarma, right down in those foundational lower areas.
So it stops the bob from flaring out at the base. It forces the weight to sit nicely against the neck.
Precisely. Think of it like laying bricks carefully so the weight is distributed internally. So right after setting that initial length, the next bottom layers get layered using a slight 45-degree angle, and it's applied inwards from inside to outside. That 45-degree angle isn't random. It's our geometric constant. It defines the pitch of the layering, and that's what ensures the volume control.
That 45-degree constant. Yeah, okay. Holding on to that. Because now we get to segment 3, which is really the star, achieving that dramatic forward elongation. The whole point of the style is that smooth shift from the graduated, controlled back to the, significantly longer front.
And this brings up the core challenge, really, of this whole technique. How do you actually make hair fall forward and longer when you're working on the sides and the back sections?
Yeah, and the technique described sounds, well, completely counterintuitive.
It absolutely is.
Yeah.
First, okay, for that crucial transition from back to side,
Yeah.
you use a diagonal separation that physically isolates the pieces you need to keep longer. You use the length from the guide layer below.
Yeah.
That's prep.
Mm-hmm.
But the real magic, the structural trick, happens in the upper back and side sections.
Right, this is technique 3, the critical reverse comb.
Yeah.
The instructions literally say you comb the hair backwards away from the face, and then you cut it at that 45-degree angle.
Yep.
Okay, but why on earth would you comb hair backwards if you want it to fall forwards and be longer near the face? If I were just, winging it, I'd pull the hair forward and cut the angle that way. What's the physics here? Why cut in the opposite direction?
That is the genius of this specific method. See, if you pulled it forward and cut, you'd likely get quite strong, maybe even blunt layers right near the face.
Yeah.
It could look choppy when the hair moves. By combing it backwards, elevating it to 45 degrees, you're playing with the hair's tension and its natural release. Think about the individual strands. The hair closest to the face, the bit you want longest, it has the furthest distance to travel when you comb it all the way back, say, towards the ear area of the back division line. So when you cut it at that 45-degree angle, while it's pulled back under tension, the hair near the face is only just caught by the scissors. It's stretched the most.
So, when you let go, release the tension, the hair falls back naturally, and the strands that traveled the furthest, the front ones, spring back and end up being the longest.
Precisely. It's like an optical illusion, but it's pure geometry. It's based on how far each strand is dragged before you make the cut. It guarantees the shape is shorter in the back and then smoothly elongates towards the front. That kazadan uzunadoru bir kavis. It creates that specific, beautiful curve that kavasly shape without making the front pieces excessively long or creating a harsh, obvious angle. It controls the slope, if that makes sense.
It does. That distinction feels crucial. The backward comb isn't just making it long, it's creating a smooth curve because you're leveraging the cut from that point of highest tension. Tension and release achieve the soft transition.
Okay, you nailed it. And the sides. They're treated very similarly to keep that flow going. The left and right side panels, you cut them following the natural fall initially, but then crucially, the higher layers, second, third layers, you take them fully, comb them backwards towards that center back line.
Backwards again,
and cut at that same geometric 45-degree angle. This makes sure that continuous forward elongation just flows seamlessly right from the back graduation.
Okay, wow. So once that core structure is built, graduated back, reverse combed elongated sides, we're on to segment 4, connecting the top. How do we make sure the crown layers blend everything together without wrecking that perfect curve we just built?
Good question. The final step is all about connecting that structure, specifically layering the crown area, the tepe naktasa. We actually go back to that central vertical separation we made right at the start in the front section.
Ah, the one inside the triangle.
Exactly.
And what angle do we use here to finish it off, to tie the back gradulation to the front elongation?
So you take a final vertical section right in the center of that front triangle, you lift the hair, and you cut it using our reliable constant. A final, precise 45-degree angle connecting to the length already established. This last cut just ensures you get the necessary layering right there at the crown. It blends the whole structure up and over the head, completing that layered forward elongated form. It gives you that continuous line from the shortest point at the nape right up to the longest point near the chin or jaw.
This whole deep dive has totally reframed how complex this style is, even though it can look kind of simple. Okay, so for you, the listener, let's recap the absolute core takeaways from this method. First, that 45-degree angle is just indispensable, isn't it? It's doing so much work. The basic graduation, the layering, and maybe most importantly, the volume control, preventing that puffiness down low.
Absolutely. And second, you absolutely have to remember the most counterintuitive part, which is also maybe the most essential. Combing those upper and side layers backwards.
Yeah.
The reverse direction combined with the 45-degree angle, that's the geometric trick. That's what creates the smooth, continuous forward curve, the signature elongation.
Yeah.
Without that specific tension and release, you just get a shelf, not that nice soft slope.
It's definite proof, I think, that a truly perfect cut needs more than just good hands. It needs a really deep understanding of geometry and how hair actually behaves under tension.
Indeed. Which leaves us with maybe a final provocative thought for you to consider. Given how absolutely essential that 45-degree angle and the specific direction of combing are for controlling volume and shape in this particular bob, How do these basic principles, this geometry, apply to other layered cuts? Could we, just by understanding the degree of elevation in the direction we comb the hair, could we predict exactly where volume will build up or where elongation will happen in almost any layered style? Something to think about next time you're looking at a haircut, maybe. Welcome back to the Deep Dive. Today, we're tackling something pretty fascinating, I think. We're diving into this very detailed source about what it calls a triple combination haircut.
Right?
And the mission, really, is to figure out how stylists manage to blend three, quite different styles, a sharp, straight base, those really popular curtain bangs, and then soft layers all into one, seamless look.
It's a real technical dance, isn't it? And for you listening, the idea isn't just memorizing steps. It's about getting the why. Why that angle? Why that section?
Yeah, exactly.
We're basically looking at the roadmap, the specific geometry that turns these style ideas into something, well, real and structured.
Okay, let's jump right in then, because it seems like the whole thing kicks off not with cutting hair, but with setting up the head first. It talks about creating 4 mirror sections. What's that initial setup? Is it like mapping coordinates?
That's a great way to put it, actually. Yes, it's pure geometry, all about symmetry and control. Use 2 line partings. Think longitude and latitude on a map. First, there's the profile parting. That's your longitude, running straight from the forehead center all the way down the back to the nape.
Forehead to nape, got it.
Then you have the crown parting. That's your latitude line, ear to ear, straight across the top of the head.
Good.
And where those 2 lines cross, boom, you've divided the head into 4 neat, balanced sections. These are your guides for everything that follows.
Love the map analogy. So, maps down. Phase 1, the straight foundation, establishing the kind of the anchor length, starts in the back.
Precisely. You take horizontal sections there in the back, and that very first section you cut, usually the lowest one, that becomes your main guideline.
The reference point.
Exactly. The reference point for the length the client wants. And you can't really change that base length later once you start layering, so that first cut is, well, it's pretty critical.
And the source is specific about how you cut this. It calls for the blunt cutting technique. Why so specific? Why not something, I don't know, softer?
Good question. You need that structural integrity for the base, that perfect straight line. A blunt cut, just straight, clean scissor strokes gives you that.
Okay.
If you tried, say, an angled cut or texturizing here, you'd weaken that foundation. And the movement we add later, it wouldn't sit right. It might look sort of frayed at the bottom, not clean.
Right, okay. But here's something that tripped me up a bit. If the goal is one straight line, why does the source say to cut the back in multiple small steps? Isn't that layering even a tiny bit? Doesn't that contradict the straight foundation idea?
That's about managing the hair, not really traditional layering. It's more about weight distribution. You cut in manageable sections, maybe 3, 4, sometimes more if the hair is really thick to control how the hair falls.
So I just grabbed a big chunk of thick hair and tried to cut it straight across all at once?
You'd probably end up with that bulky, blocky look they talk about. It's because when you hold hair tightly, it compresses. So cutting a big, thick section means the hair underneath ends up slightly longer when you let it go. But cutting it step by step in these smaller horizontal panels, that lets it all blend smoothly as it falls.
Ah, I see.
You get the look of one clean, straight line, just without that heavy, blocky weight at the bottom.
That makes total sense. Fighting gravity and hair compression.
Okay.
Okay, so back's done, nicely blended straight line. How do you bring that same line around to the sides without messing up the balance?
You just extend that precision outwards, carry the straight base cut to the left side, then the right. Usually in about 2 sections per side.
Same blunt strokes?
Same blunt strokes. You're constantly bringing the hair forward, checking it against the guideline you made in the back. Cross-checking is key. You need that perfectly even base, back and sides aligned, ready for the next phase.
Okay, so the structure's locked in. Solid base. Now we pivot completely, right? Phase 2. Curtain bangs, moving from straight lines to curves. How do you manage that shift?
Yeah, it's a total shift. We go from the big map to the detailed map, focusing right on the front center. You part the hair down the middle again. Then you isolate a very specific triangular section for the bangs.
A triangle.
Yep. Starts right at the top center point where the profile and crown partings meet, and the triangle points down towards the eyebrows. That little triangle is everything for creating the bang shape.
Okay, and the source mentioned something I thought was really interesting about where the stylist stands. Says they should stand on the opposite side of the client. Why is that?
Oh yeah, that's a crucial little detail. It's all about control and getting the angle right for that curve.
Right.
So say you're cutting the right side of the bangs. Standing on the client's left gives you better leverage. You can pull the hair where it needs to go more easily. It helps you hit that specific angle without accidentally cutting off too much length right away. If you just stood directly in front, you might cut it too short, too blunt.
So what is the magic angle for that soft curtain bang curve? Is there a number?
There is. It's 45 degrees. You take that small triangular guide section, bring it down, sort of aiming towards the cheekbone and nose level, and cut it on that 45-degree diagonal.
45 degrees, okay.
That specific angle is what creates that soft graduation, that curve. It lets the shortest bits be near the brow, but then it flows longer, kind of sweeping towards the cheekbone.
And if someone messed up and did like a 90-degree angle?
Yeah.
Straight up.
Oh, you'd get a fringe, all right. But it would be short, probably quite harsh, maybe disconnected from the rest of the hair. Not that soft, flowing curtain bang look.
Right.
That 45 degrees keeps enough length while still framing the face. Then, of course, you mirror it exactly on the other side. The source mentions using cross-combing, pulling the right side over to check against the left, and vice versa to make absolutely sure they're symmetrical.
That precision makes sense for getting that elegant sweep. Okay, base, check, bangs, dot check. Now, phase 3, adding movement, soft internal layers. We're back to the crown area, but the technique sounds like, well, the opposite of what we just did.
It is, in a way. That's why it's a combination cut. You repart the hair again, using that original profile parting down the middle. But now, instead of cutting down or horizontally, the key is elevation. You comb the hair straight upwards.
Straight up. Towards the ceiling. Now that seems like the big aha moment. Why upwards? Especially if you work so hard to keep that straight base length in phase 1. How does pulling it straight up preserve length?
It's a fundamental layering trick, really. Remember that blunt base cut? That established your absolute longest point, your perimeter.
Right.
By pulling a whole section vertically, straight up, and then using that existing baseline as your cutting guide way up there, you introduce layers inside the haircut. Shorter on top, longer underneath. But crucially, you don't actually change the overall length when the hair falls back down.
So if you wanted to remove length, you'd pull it out differently, maybe 90 degrees horizontally.
Exactly. Or less.
Right.
But pulling it straight up means the ends, the perimeter length you establish, stay put.
Wow, okay.
You're creating internal shape, texture, movement, all within the structure without sacrificing that foundation length. It's how you get structure and movement together. That specific elevation is the key.
So what kind of overall shape does this upward layering technique lead to?
It naturally creates a softer finish. Because you're keeping that perimeter length, especially guided by the length at the sides, the layers tend to fall into a nice oval shape or maybe a soft V shape.
Not a sharp V then.
No, definitely not. That's a deliberate choice of this technique. It avoids that really aggressive sharp V you sometimes see, which often comes from different layering methods like only cutting down the center back. Here, the goal is blended, soft volume.
The source also mentions taking diagonal back sections on the opposite side for blending. Why diagonal back?
Ah, yes. That's about integrating everything smoothly, especially around the face. Pulling sections diagonally back and cutting them helps those new internal layers connect seamlessly with the curtain bangs we cut earlier.
Makes sense.
It's like the final weaving step, making sure the base, the bangs, and the layers all look like they belong together, one fluid design.
Okay, structure, curve, movement, but we're not quite finished, are we? Because
Right.
that blunt cut base, while strong, might look a bit heavy.
Absolutely. Yeah, if you stopped right there, the ends could look quite blocky, feel heavy. So the final, really essential step is refining it, texturizing.
Softening it up.
Exactly. Softening that sharp line from the blunt cut, removing some weight.
And how's that done? What tools?
This is where you typically use point cutting, sort of snipping vertically into the ends to break up the line, and maybe some thinning scissors used carefully inside the layers, not too close to the ends, to take out bulk.
Yeah.
This adds that final touch of volume and softness.
This sounds like the part that really needs a good eye. Maybe more art than science.
Yeah.
Making sure you don't leave weird marks or lines.
It definitely requires skill and control, yeah. You have to be careful with combing directions, the angle you hold the scissors. If you're too aggressive or inconsistent with the texturizing, you can end up with visible demarcation lines. The goal is just natural, blended.
Yeah.
So the hair falls beautifully, has movement, feels soft. And that refinement makes this whole combination cut work for lots of different hair types, you know? Fine, thick, long, medium. It's quite versatile once finished properly.
This has been incredibly insightful. So just to recap, we started with that geometric mapping, the 4 sections, then the solid, blunt base cut for structure, followed by the very precise 45-degree angle for the curved curtain bangs, and finishing with that upward elevation for layers that add movement without losing length. That's the essence of it. And connecting it back, the whole thing works because it treats hair like a system built on these reference points and angles.
Right. Getting structure and movement at the same time, it hinges entirely on accurate sectioning. Choosing the right elevation 45 for bangs, straight up for layers, and using the correct technique for each phase. Each step really builds on the precision of the last one.
Which brings up a final thought, something the source hinted at about geometry and flow. We talked about how this method creates a soft V or oval shape because the longest point stays at the sides. But it suggested if you wanted a sharper V, you'd pick a guide point higher up in the back.
Yeah, that's the implication. A fascinating point about how technique dictates form.
Just think about that. The difference between a soft, blended shape and a really dramatic, sharp V could just come down to where you decide that very first guide point should be. One small shift in technique, way back at the start, completely changes the final look, the perceived structure.
It really does. The whole geometry shifts based on that initial decision.
The entire flow is set by where you begin. That really is the power of understanding the technique, the mastery behind it.
Amazing how one detail cascades through the whole process.
Indeed. Well, until next time, keep looking for the geometry behind the flow.
Welcome, curious minds, to the deep dive. Today we're getting into something that looks, well, maybe simple from afar, but is actually packed with craft. We're talking about mastering the short-layered haircut. Our source is this really great video tutorial that meticulously breaks down every single move. So our mission today, it's not just listing steps. We want to really unpack the actions, reveal the artistry behind it, and maybe decode some of that technical language, because it's way more than just like grabbing scissors.
Yeah.
Right? So let's get into it. What actually goes into making a short layered haircut look so structured, yet somehow effortless?
It's fascinating, isn't it? Because that effortless look, it's completely built on precision. We're talking specific angles, really exact parts, and this whole sequence of layering techniques that are just, well, fundamental to getting the look right. It's definitely more than cutting. It's almost like engineering a style, crafting the shape where every single snip counts towards the final movement.
Right, like engineering. And I guess like any big project, you got to start with the foundations, even before you cut anything. The tutorial kicks things off by parting the hair down the middle. And it stresses this isn't just any part, it's the foundational part.
The main axis, basically.
Exactly. Then comes the profile part. For this, they make a horizontal section, starting from the crown, the high point, all the way down to the nape.
The nape being the very bottom of the hairline at the back.
Right, the back of the neck. So you have that middle part, then this horizontal one, that's the blueprint. They say it's got to be spot on.
And that precision right at the beginning, is it really that critical? Like, can't you adjust a bit later?
Well, that's the thing. The source implies these parts are like architectural drawings.
Okay.
If you mess up here, it echoes through the whole cut.
Yep.
It makes fixing things way harder down the line.
Yeah, that makes sense. So that perfectly straight part they mentioned isn't just stylistic, it's structurally necessary.
Absolutely. It sets the whole geometry, the balance, before any hair is even cut. It's like the stylist's compass for the whole thing.
Okay, so the blueprint's down. What's next? Moving from drawings to, like, the first actual piece.
Exactly. Building the first guide section. This is what sets the length for everything that follows. So after that profile part at the nape, they take another horizontal section, isolating just that bit of hair.
Yeah.
And then starting right in the center of that section, they make a perfectly straight cut. This cut is everything. It immediately becomes the first guide section, our first layer, essentially.
Right.
And this is where you really see the importance of having a guide. It becomes the benchmark, the reference point for all the length across the back.
So how does that work exactly? How does this one little cut manage to guide the whole rest of the haircut?
Well, the guide section is basically the first piece cut to length, right?
Uh-huh.
And then the stylist just keeps going back to it, measuring each new section against that first one.
Ah, okay. So it ensures everything flows together, stays consistent, no random short or long bits.
Precisely. It guarantees that continuity, stops it looking choppy or, disconnected.
Which is obviously crucial. So how does that play out as they move up the back of the head?
It's pretty methodical. For the second guide section, they just continue the process, literally using that first cut section as the guide to follow.
Okay, makes sense.
The technique they show is quite specific. Start in the middle, cut that second section straight, matching the guide, and then work outwards, left then right. And the tutorial specifically mentions using the finger over finger technique and sharp scissor strokes. So it's a very controlled way of holding and cutting.
Finger over finger. Can you maybe explain that a bit more? Like, what does that actually do?
Well, imagine your fingers acting like a ruler. Yeah.
Okay.
Holding the hair taut, flat, at the exact same angle as the guide section underneath. It keeps the tension really consistent.
Ah, so it stops the hair shifting around while you cut, even though hair naturally wants to move.
Exactly. It's how you ensure each new section perfectly matches the length of the one before it, keeping that layer consistent. It's like a physical trick for measuring on something that isn't static.
Got it. A way to control the uncontrollable, sort of.
Yeah, kinda. And this whole process, sectioning horizontally, starting in the middle, following the guide, finger over finger, it gets repeated. For the third horizontal part, same deal. And then the final section at the back. Always starting central, always watching that guide.
It sounds almost ritualistic. That repetition is key for uniformity across the whole back.
It really is. I mean, watching it, you realize how much precision goes in. I used to think haircuts were just, a bit of snipping here and there.
Yeah, definitely more to it than that.
So, okay, the back is meticulously layered and shaped. Now we move to the front. Right, the parts that frame the face.
Which is often what people notice first.
Totally. So how does the guide system work for the front? Is it the same?
A little different here. The tutorial says they use the starting points of the eyebrows at nose level as the reference. This helps them create a vertical part, which forms a sort of triangular shape right at the front hairline.
A triangle. Interesting. So that triangle is the guide for the face framing.
Yeah, that specific section sets the length and angle for the sides.
And how do they cut it? The video mentions something about angles.
Right, so when cutting the right side of the face, the stylist actually moves over to the client's left side.
Oh, okay, to get a better view.
The process for the other side, move to the client's right to cut the left side, maintaining that same 45-degree angle.
And does the angling stop there, or?
No, there's a bit more. They also apply layering from the apex.
The highest point on the head.
Yeah, the top curve. From the apex down towards the ear level and blending towards the back, they also use that 45-degree angle referencing that front section.
Wow. Okay. So it's all interconnected, flowing from that initial front guide.
It really is. It ensures the front and sides blend seamlessly into the work they did on the back. And that client positioning, moving around them, it's not just for comfort.
Right. You said it helps maintain the angle and perspective.
Yeah, it ensures accuracy. Makes you wonder, like, what if they used a 90-degree angle there?
Ooh, yeah. You'd get something much more dramatic, maybe disconnected looking. Less soft, for sure.
Definitely less soft, probably quite severe.
Okay, so back foundation, check. Face frame, check. Now we're on to what the source calls the art of the crown. Sounds important.
It sounds like the most complex part, judging by the description.
It seems like it. The stylist starts by making a big U-shaped part around the crown area. And this basically divides the hair into two main zones. A top section inside the U and the bottom section outside it.
A major division then. Probably for managing bulk and flow up there.
That sounds right. So first, they tackle layering the bottom section, the part outside the U. They create vertical parts starting from the left side. Then the hair is combed out following its natural growth direction. But here's a key difference. It's held at a 90-degree angle from the head.
90 degrees. Okay, so straight out from the scalp.
Exactly, straight out.
And that angle, what's the purpose of that specific lift?
Well, that 90-degree lift is what builds internal volume. It creates, hidden layers underneath that give the hair body and movement from within. It stops it looking flat.
So that's how they get that movable quality they keep mentioning. It's not just the visible layers.
Right, it's the internal structure. And they use the length we cut on the bottom section as my guide. So again, building on previous work.
Always referencing back.
Always. And they mention using the point cutting technique here to match the guide.
Point cutting. It's snipping into the ends, right? Not cutting straight across.
Yeah, exactly. It softens the edge, helps it blend better, gives it texture.
So it avoids any hard lines inside the layers.
Seems like it. And this whole process vertical part, comb out at 90 degrees, use the guide. Point cut is repeated really carefully, strand by strand, section by section, moving left to right around that lower crown area.
That 90-degree angle is so fundamental for volume. I remember when I was learning, getting that consistent lift straight out from the head. It looks simple, but it's kind of tricky to do perfectly section after section. That's where the practice really shows.
I bet. Okay, so that's the bottom section of the crown layered for volume. What about the top section, inside the U?
This sounds even more detailed.
It is. The tutorial says the middle and top section, the crown itself, is cut in 3 main sections.
3 sections just for the top.
Wow. After dividing it vertically down the middle first, so 3 parts to handle. For the middle one of those 3, they start from the back, again using the length underneath as the guide. Comb the hair up at that 90-degree angle again, and use point cutting on the ends. But here they mention cutting it in a first and second level.
First and second level, what does that mean?
It seems like they address the back part, that middle section first, maybe for internal structure, and then refine the front part of the same section to make sure it blends smoothly whether the hair falls forward or back.
Like sculpting it in 2 passes almost.
Yeah.
Very precise.
Very. Then for the second section on the left side, they comb it upward, 90 degrees again presumably, and use point cutting. And finally, the right side. This is also cut in 2 levels. They use the first cutting point from the middle section as the guide for the first level.
Okay, connecting it all.
Yeah. Then they comb the hair upward at 90 degrees for the second level and make the final point cuts.
The real genius there seems to be how that 3-part division and the 2-level cutting creates that perfectly blended top layer.
Right.
It's all about distributing the weight and length so carefully
Yeah.
that you avoid any steps or visible lines. Everything just flows together naturally.
It prevents that blocky, heavy look you can sometimes get on top.
Exactly. It's this intricate dance of angles and layering to get that seamless, fluid result. Pretty amazing stuff.
Phew. Okay, after all that detailed layering, surely they must be done.
Almost. There's one last crucial stage, the quality check and the final styling.
Quality control. Makes sense. What do they do?
The stylist specifically says they comb the hair upward to check for any mistakes. It's like the final inspection.
Looking for any little bits sticking out?
Yeah, any small unevenness or irregularities. If they find any, they tidy them up using that point cutting technique again.
Softening those edges one last time.
Exactly, perfecting the blend. And then, once everything is perfect, comes the styling.
And how do they style it?
Because the whole point was to create a movable layered cut. They blow dry it with outward movements.
Outward. To show off the layers.
Precisely. To really demonstrate that movable and layered appearance. The drying isn't just about getting it dry. It's about showcasing the result of all that work.
The grand reveal.
Pretty much. And the result. A layered, movable, short hair design has emerged.
You know, looking back at the whole process, it really puts that final blow dry into perspective.
Absolutely. It's not just drying the hair. It's the moment where all that hidden skill, every single precise cut and angle, becomes visible. It shows why the hair moves the way it does.
It reveals the architecture underneath.
Perfectly put. It turns the static cut into something dynamic and alive. Without that final styling touch, a lot of the artistry would just stay hidden.
So reflecting on this whole journey, we've gone from those foundational parts, setting guides, meticulous angles, point cutting. It reveals just how much goes into what looks like an effortless style.
It's definitely not effortless to create.
No. It shows that this kind of result isn't just about having good hair. It's a testament to incredible skill, foresight, precision. Just like in any complex craft, really.
Which brings up a bigger point, doesn't it? Beyond just this haircut, what does this deep dive show us about craft itself?
How so?
Well, it shows how these tiny, almost invisible details, the exact angle, the precise part, the type of cut, when they're executed flawlessly, they all add up. They coalesce into something singular, dynamic, and beautiful.
That's a great way to put it. It's the sum of all those tiny, perfect steps.
Exactly. It's about that power of deliberate, skilled execution making the difference. whether it's hairstyling or, building a bridge.
Absolutely. Well, thank you for joining us on this very detailed deep dive into the short layered cut. Hopefully next time you see a really great short haircut out there, you'll have a new appreciation for the hidden details, the planning, and the sheer precision that likely went into it. Until next time, keep looking closely at the crafts around you. You might just be amazed at the artistry you uncover.
Hello, friends. How to make a bob haircut that stretches forward to you today. I will tell you in detail. First, show the long hair of our Model 1. I cut it down. I take this long density straight and create distinctions of our model. I will create a profile distinction as the first distinction profile separation from the beginning of my forehead. Straight one, you have separated to the end of the neck. Separation, profile separation. We say, friends, after creating this distinction, the second distinction is also crown separation, also one by ear. In the separate distinction, we have separated until the other ear. While separating this coronation, E, we put our comb from the beginning of the guinea forehead and the point where your back touches. E, we create the distinction. Here is an easy one discrimination technique. You can also apply this crown separation and my profile to divide the hair into 4 main sections. E is the technique we have applied. Very comfortable in this technique one way. You can cut the hair into pieces. After creating this distinction from the nape part, E to form the basis of hair 1. We create horizontal separation. This will be our guide, so your hair is short. We will determine your height here from the nape part by creating one horizontal distinction, starting from the middle part of the hair 1. I create vertical separation and the part of the hair we will cut. Finger sharp horse cutting technique. I cut it with a straight scissor stroke. After cutting E, I align the left side section in the same way. Then I align the section on the right in the same way. Here's the back part. Straight one E sharp line cutting technique. I applied the cutting process. I determined the length of the hair here, and the next layer of 1 guinea horizontal one. I separate by creating a distinction. After creating this distinction, the guinea, from the middle part, I create one vertical separation starting from 1. The hair size we cut before. After seeing it from the bottom by aligning, I cut it and the bottom is the same. I cut it straight one way. Here after forming the basis of the hair. Your hair. Folding process to other parts. I will apply in the next section 1. I will create your angles. Yes, friends. Here, I separate it from forward again. Forward, our customers head forward 1E. From the bottom after applying. E1 I determine it with the hair dye I cut before and cutting process. I'm applying it here. I'm determining the length of the hair. Clear one way. After cutting the same size. E, then creating a distinction again. I will apply the folding process. I determined the length of the hair here. And light on hair. E, I will gain texture. Now I'm going to split it in half again. And nape guinea 1. E this time by creating one horizontal distinction. Hair E vertical 45-degree angles. E, it gives texture to the back of the hair. The first technique we cut is to determine the length of the hair. I determined the length of the hair here. And now, as you can see,